I imagine every movie he's in, he has a chainsaw. Yes.
Yeah, well,
He doesn't really have a lot
you,
else
this is
going
your second
on.
movie in a row that involves chainsaws.
That's more than the same role. That's the same exact character. It's like, it's kind of a similar guy. It's like, no, it's always a chainsaw. It's always the same exact thing.
Yeah, he
Two
takes it.
chainsaws in a
He
row.
kills a mosquito, then cuts its face off and puts it on himself.
And he starts stinging.
He starts
my
killing
buzz.
mosquitoes. Yeah.
He's walking around going buzz, buzz,
Buzz.
buzz.
I want to suck your blood, but not because I'm a vampire.
Shit. Oh yeah.
I
So,
want to give you triple E. I mean, E.
Does it come with like a guidance document on how to not do that? And, like,
Yeah, every time I hear about it, it's because people have already screwed up. Welcome to Dylan Joe Basement Podcast. We're back, folks, after our slight hiatus. Dylan has returned from his depths. Where was he again, Don? Was he in a missing persons case for a
The
while?
last time we did something on this was he was backpacking across Worcester.
Oh,
but he was
yeah.
stopping for a pint of Guinness at every bar.
Right, so he had a lot to do, and he's returned to us,
And
older and
before
wiser.
that, he was on trial for being a witch in Salem. So, Dylan, how'd that go?
You must have been acquitted, I imagine.
it's a good point. You can say that it was a spell of a time.
Okay. Anyways, welcome back to Dylan Joe Basement Podcast. Dylan's back. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but I think it
Dylan,
is.
he said don't say anything bad in the first minute.
Did we make it?
No, you
Oh,
said
you're
a
saying
bad
that-
joke.
Spell.
Bad
Oh,
joke.
okay. I thought you were implying that spells are
He was
bad.
doing well, they are because it's witchcraft. But anyway,
You know what? Honestly, guys, I tried really hard. I had like a 4-second pause to come up with the best thing I could, and
was-
that was
yeah.
that was it.
That was
it.
solid.
I believe
It
you
was
that you
pretty solid.
tried, and that's
That was
my
that was
soapbox stat.
that was.
Gave it the old college try.
Yeah, just like how
Yeah.
college went for both of us. We tried.
All
So
three of us
anyways,
actually. Yeah.
This is
I didn't even try.
Dom didn't even try. We tried.
Yeah,
We
Dom
gave it a
can
good
make
shot,
fun of us
yeah.
because he didn't even start, so it's always
Mm-hmm.
easy to make fun of people who tried. Anyways, welcome to the Dylan Joe Basement Podcast. We're back again for a monumental episode. It's been, literally years in the making. It's been at least 2 months in the making since the last time we made an episode of this podcast. It's episode 80 of the Dylan Joe Basement Podcast. P-P-A-T. And now I think we crossed the minute mark, so we can say bad words, fuck, and we're into the pod. So as everyone who listens to the pod knows, and anyone who doesn't, I don't know why you found this one, the first episode, but welcome. On all our decade episodes, we do a top 10 or top 5 countdown, and we vote on the results. Now, we've done in the past mammals, birds, the apocalypse survival team. We get creative with it. And this time, we decided to go away from the biology sector and more into filmography, because we decided to pick our top 5 film openings of all time. The best 5 openings to a film that we've ever seen. And we're going to pose our openings. We're going to describe them. We're going to argue our point. And then after that, we're going to do a round of voting. Luckily, there's always 3 of us, so it's always uneven. But if we tie, we get to vote again, but you can't vote for the same thing. Pretty clear cut, right? Describe that pretty well.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's
It's
how
almost
we're
like
gonna do
you've
it.
done that 7 times.
Yeah, yeah. And here's the key, folks, on YouTube. On the Spotify, you don't care either way. But, yeah, we're not going to be able to put these videos in here. If we put any of these in here, the entire thing's going to get pulled from YouTube. So we're going to have to do a good job describing it. I'll see if I can slip any in during the commercial breaks. We'll see if we can slip, like, moments of them in, and we'll try to get under the radar. But for the most part, like in the past when we talked about songs, go ahead, and if you're curious, you haven't seen it before, and we described it well enough, look it up for yourself. And then we'll try to see what clips we can sneak in. But I know there's a couple of them on my list that the companies are very litigious, and there's no way it's getting in there at all, even for a moment. So, and away we go.
All right. So let's. Whose
Be sure
birthday
to
is
clear your throat
closest?
directly into the microphone. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, right. In the microphone.
Joe's
Yeah,
birthday is
it's-
the closest.
Joe. So I think since no one has a better idea, that means you go first.
Okay. All right, let's go.
Top number 5, not number 1.
5,
Don't make
best
that
movie
mistake.
opening of all time. Yeah, not number 1. To number 5. So my number 5 pick comes from a prolific filmmaker. I would argue one of the best filmmakers of the modern era, the era that we've grown up in, including the 90s all the way up until just this year, or the years prior. He's always on the top of the list for movie makers, and it's because of not only of his stylization, but his composition of the scenes, and he knows how to make an opening scene, as we might see as the list goes on, because he's very popular
movie sounds
amongst
so
this
good.
group. So my opening scene, number 5, is the opening scene of Pulp Fiction. It's the scene of two people in a diner, chit-chatting, discussing, arguing about things about life, and it isn't until midway through the conversation when they start getting a little bit, cheeky with each other that you get a little confused. You go, are these the main characters? I mean, I saw the poster. It's Bruce Willis and John Travolta and Sam Jackson. Why are we spending 10 minutes? I don't know how long it actually is, but it's a huge opening scene of these two strangers. You're
It's definitely more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know what this is
long.
about. I don't know what's going on here. And at the end of the conversation, he goes, "I love you, honey bunny." He hops up on the table, pulls out a revolver, and goes, "This is a fucking robbery. Get on the fucking floor." I mean, it's one of those classic Tarantino moments. If it's a conversation between stuff that's like an interesting dialogue that has nothing to do with the plot, it just shows you who these characters are, and they pull the rug out from under you. And he pulls up the gun and he goes, "Get on the fucking ground," and then goes, and goes into the fucking Spanish guitar and boom, Pulp Fiction. I mean, I love when they hit a good song at the beginning. So not only is this the funny, great, witty conversation, you go into the shock. It's a fucking robbery after they're having breakfast at a diner, into the straight guitar music and just the opening credits, big yellow font on a black background to get you to know it's going to be Tarantino, Willis, Jackson, and it gets you into it. Ving Rhames, you're in for a fucking treat. And little do you know at that moment, you've seen a part of the movie that's not going to happen again until another 45 minutes. You've seen the future, but he sets you up, and Tarantino's one to do that. My first vote, number 5, Pulp Fiction, for the best openings in film history that we've seen.
That is a really good one.
It is a really good one, Joe. Nice work.
How should we
Dominic,
go around the horn? Yeah, mine
I think,
goes Joe Dom Dylan on my
we're
side.
doing
so I'll go
birthdays, and
next.
Dominic, you're December 1st,
That
10th.
works out.
Just about.
All right.
Yeah, so I'll go next. And I will say this was a little bit harder to make this list than I expected because I originally started doing 10, and then 2 months ago. Then Joe was like, "No, it's just 5." And I was like, "Oh, okay.
It'll be long enough
That
for
makes
5.
it even harder."
All the listeners now who looked at the length of the podcast are like, "Yeah, thank God you did 5."
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's going to go pretty long.
So it's almost one of those things where 5 through 2, I could pretty much put anywhere in the list because I already narrowed it down from 10 to 5 already.
Right? Yeah, they're all hits.
For number 5, I'm going to go with. It's such a good movie. I wish I knew who directed it, but I don't. It's a great movie. It's a classic. A lot of people see My Car and go, "Hey, is that car from Back to the Future?"
Oh,
And I go, "No, that's a DeLorean. This is a Volkswagen."
Yep.
But Back to the Future is a great opening scene. Like Joe said, great song. Starts off Huey Lewis in the News. I already fucked up. Starts off with him walking. I did the thing, Joe. I started talking about the second scene, not the first scene.
That's all right. You can sell whatever you want to sell.
It just starts off. You only see feet walking into this. Looks like a garage. There's shit everywhere. There's a million clocks. You hear the radio turn on. It's the news talking about some stolen plutonium.
Yeah.
See the kid throw a skateboard down. It
You're
bounces
setting
off.
up the whole plot just for images and
You
scenes.
see the case that says plutonium. If you're not paying attention, it was probably I know I watched it when I was a kid, but third or fourth time watching it, I was like, "Oh, it's right there. There's the plutonium that they talk about later in the movie."
Yeah.
See this giant amplifier, little tiny guitar, very 80s, plugs into it, turns everything up all the way to the point you can hear it. That's the TXX logo. And then he strums once, and he goes flying back into a bookshelf. Everything breaks around him.
That's awesome.
Takes off his sunglasses, says, "Far out." Then the phone rings. He picks it up. It's this old guy. You can tell by the voice. You don't know what he looks like. And he says, "Oh, Marty, by the way, don't use the amplifier. I think it might be a little overcharged." And he looks at it and goes, "I'll keep that in mind." It was great.
I think you can add the next part too. Though.
Okay,
it is
okay.
the opening.
And then he finds out that he's late for school, runs out the door, hops on his skateboard, grabs onto the back of a Jeep. Huey Lewis in the
Skitchin',
News
the
starts
original
playing
Skitcher.
The Power of Love,
The
skitches
Power
his way to
of
school. At one point, some guy sees him hanging onto the back of his car, and he just doesn't care, just keeps driving. It's fucking awesome. He hangs onto the back of a cop car at one point. It's like hunched down really low so they can't see him.
He was just a Marty McFly.
Then he
was just
gets
a
to
cool cat.
school, the song ends, and the movie starts.
Nice
Great
pick.
pick. Back to the
Solid,
Future.
solid pick.
Absolutely. Robert Zemeckis directed that, by the way. The same director as The Polar Express.
Oh, that's why
No,
Tom Hanks is in it.
and something else that I've seen.
He's done like probably 10 movies that you know, including Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump, that's the one. Yep. And also something else from that's not Forrest Gump that no one's really ever heard of that I saw that was really good. I take my word on that.
You got it, boss. Hope that's not your number 5.
I promise. No, my number 5 was written and directed by one of the just the best directors from 2022. Like you said, the song's important. Imagine this: "Cruel Summer" by Bananarama's playing.
Oh, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, it's a cruel summer. Yeah. Oliver, Shoshi, and Michael Clark Duncan are taking their flying car across the state of Texas.
Oh my! I fucking
In the
hate you.
original part of the first scene, when they
He's
immediately
pitching his fucking horror movie.
when
thing
they
he did.
immediately
Make a
get
movie.
to a house in
Leave
Texas
it to you to not do the fucking
where
thing.
where the door opens
I was
and
like,
Michael
what?
Clark
Michael Clark is dead.
Michael Clark
2022.
Duncan and Michael Clark Duncan gets
Michael
his
Clark
legs cut
Douglas
off,
is in it too, and doing a cameo.
and Michael Clark Duncan gets his legs cut off by a chainsaw immediately. Meryl Streep
right.
gets killed immediately.
All right, but who's wielding the chainsaw?
Do you remember?
Scott Stapp is wielding the chainsaw,
With
yeah.
arms wide open.
Oh, he's in
Yeah.
his own prison.
and
Fuck
and then
you,
it
this already won.
and then
You're
it
not winning
and then it
twice.
flashes back to the future where it shows Michael
Oh
Clark
no,
Duncan.
that was Dom's pick. You can't.
No,
say
no, no,
that.
no, no. I didn't mean that. No, but you know, what I mean, it goes to the future, and it shows Michael Clark Duncan, who, if you remember properly, because we've all heard of this movie, he's playing Four-Leaf Tayback
Yes, he is. That's
from
his character.
Tropic Thunder in
Yeah.
this movie, and he's got no legs. He's in a wheelchair, so it's like this is what it shows him, and this is what happened to him. So
Yeah. So
I
do you
think
remember
this is
the title of the movie? Because you picked it for number 5, so I hope you
I
remember the
do,
title.
I
Dom,
do.
Do not help.
The title of this movie is My Sacrifice. Number 5.
My sacrifice. God damn it, that is funny as fuck. But
Dylan
you
and I have been
wasted your
sending each
pick.
other
Now it's
some,
me against Dom, so I'm not voting for that one. No matter what.
Dylan and
even
I have been
happen.
sending each other some great Creed memes
You
lately.
won the number 1.
Here's
vote
another
last time.
here's another
And you wanna
example
win number
of
5 too?
here's another example of do I switch my number 1 and my number 5 for this? Let's pick one of these
You
two.
know what? I really appreciate you
And
not doing that.
I wanted to, you know,
That was funny, dude. That was good.
I gotta say,
If that was number 1, I would have had to
There's
drive
no way.
up
I know
and
I
fucking
didn't do it. And
fight
Joe,
you.
there's no way you ever thought of putting your made-up movie in the list at all.
No, that's a very Dylan idea, and I got to give it up to him.
it's good.
He's a creative
it's
dude.
Good. It's a good
with
movie.
that, we can start the
2022,
voting.
written and directed by me.
You really had me there for a second because I don't think I know that Bananarama song. So I was
You're
like,
thinking of
okay,
Cruel
I'm
Summer
like,
by
I'm listening.
Bananarama.
'Cause I
You're
was
like,
I
what
think it was
song?
Summer, but I was like he said
what
2022,
movie?
so I can't think of any movie that would have come out recently that would ever use that song. It sounds like a great opening, but I mean, it's a great pick for a song for sure, for an opening to a movie. And it was a cruel summer that summer when so many
Because
teenagers.
Michael
had to-
Clark Duncan got his legs cut off. Yeah, by Scott
Michael
Stapp.
Clark Douglas.
That was a cruel summer.
Michael Clark Douglas.
All right, let's start the voting. I get to vote first. And as much as I love My Sacrifice, the movie that doesn't exist, but will one day exist through funding, it's going to cost a lot of money. We have to do the CG stuff where we make people who are dead alive again.
I already own the
Star Wars
chainsaw though,
style.
so we don't need to buy that.
We're halfway there. We're halfway there. We're living on a prayer. My vote's going to be for Pulp Fiction, my own pick here.
Dominic.
This is tough because I did forget. I actually did get my invitation to the screening of My Sacrifice at Plum Pond Mall, but it's early. I got to stand my ground. I got to go with Back to the Future.
Nice. Stand your ground. Nice choice of words there, George Zimmerman.
I'm gonna vote for Pulp Fiction because
It's on the board.
it's really good.
I know. I didn't even think of Back to the Future for a beginning. All the mulling over I did in my brain, and it's such a good one. I guess not only do you know the characters right away, you know where the plot's going. It sets it up, and the feeling of the movie, Huey Lewis, and he's sketching and shit. I mean, that's a fucking great pick. But it's hard to beat Tarantino when it comes to openings to movies.
It is, and I honestly, I was so close to putting Pulp Fiction on my list, but after like some of the other ones I was looking at, I was like, I mean, it's a great movie. It's one of the best Tarantino movies ever made because all of his movies
a lot
are
of people
some of the
think
best
it
movies
is his
ever
best
made.
one, even though it's so early on.
But it's But
that
No,
song
and
was
honestly,
so
if
good
Dylan-
opening.
if
The Black
Dylan
Eyed Peas
had-
stole it later.
if Dylan had a real movie, I probably would have voted for Pulp Fiction, but I wanted to give him a chance to vote for his own made-up movie.
Thank you. Yeah. No, I did too, but my movie's hard to compete with Pulp Fiction. I just want to be an honest guy.
This is that no one's seen it, That's hard.
Not a
Makes it
single
hard.
person in the whole entire universe has actually seen it.
It's hard to
So
get
that
a
is
vote.
a pretty good point.
All right. Well, that was a good.
All
That was a
right.
good first round.
All right,
take
Pulp
us too
Fiction,
long.
ringing in the beans.
Bringing in the new year here, which means that round 4, the number 4 best movie opening of all time, starts with one Dominic Morrow.
All right, here. Let's see. Number 4. For number 4, I've actually still haven't decided the order between 4 and 3 yet. So I guess I'm just going to grab one of my sheets at random, and that's going to be it.
Thanks for talking through your process there, Big Shoes. Go ahead and just give the number then.
Okay, you can shut the fuck up. It's Falling Down. I'm kidding. No, it's not.
I wouldn't have doubted it. Another Michael Clark Douglas picture about killing spree. One bad day, I think is the tagline. Anyone can have one bad day.
It is. Everyone can have one bad day. No, this is also
Falling down.
similar to you picked Pulp Fiction. Tarantino is collectively one of our favorite directors.
Oh, yeah.
This guy is also collectively one of our favorite directors, and that is
no.
Tenet by
Oh!
Christopher Nolan. Because that movie, holy shit, does it start off in a thunderstorm.
Describe
Well, actually,
for the audience. Again, we
it
have to
starts-
describe it very well because
Yes,
we
yes,
can't
yes.
play it. So
So as it starts out, all you hear is, like before, you see like an orchestra, and it's all the string instruments, all tunes, like, yeah. It's like, no, it doesn't sound great, but it's all, you can tell like they're all getting ready.
and it's probably all played backwards too. You don't realize it.
Maybe. You just see a van parked outside of this beautiful National Opera House in actually Kiev, Ukraine. And
Where is
you see
it?
Is it Kiev or Kiev? Because in the movie they say Kiev. Then
They
on the
spell
news
it
they
two different
say
ways.
Kiev.
Kiev.
One of them
Every time people
spelled
say
KY.
Kiev, though,
This one's
It's
K-I-
definitely
this
not
one's-
Kiev. It's
This
Kiev.
one's
I-
K-I-E-V.
it's Kiev.
Kyiv, and then there's Kiev, but it's
Oh, I
it's
didn't
Either
know
way
it was
you
two different
spell
ones.
it, it's pronounced Kiev. right?
Kiev.
I feel
yeah.
like that was an American thing. They're like, actually, it's Kiev. It's like, I don't think so.
It's the
I'm
most
pretty sure it's
American.
been Kiev
Well,
for
because most of
hundreds
us, most Americans, never fucking heard of it until this shit
Yeah.
happened. So
That's kind of like
Yeah, no, he's right.
I'm totally right. Like I know.
Yeah. But it's
Kiev,
like-
yeah, the
like-
Kiev Russians are Kiev.
It's
Yeah,
not
go on.
English. Sound it out. In most other languages,
Yeah.
they write the letters how it sounds. Only
It's all
English we have like
most
magical
languages are
missing
phonetic.
letters and shit.
Yeah.
it's Kiev.
It's like,
Kiev. Kiev. Maybe
It's like
Kiev
this is a
with a KY.
core memory of mine watching the news as a child every morning before school, seeing all the reports on the war in Iraq, and it was like Channel 5, they say Iraq. Channel 7 says Iraq. Channel 4 says Iraq. Channel 6 says
Yeah, I know.
Iraq. Everyone had a different fucking way
Yeah,
of saying
but we
it.
all know now, if you pronounce it the way they pronounce it, it's Iraq.
Yeah, it's a country.
Iraq.
Iraq.
Bro, I'm an American, so I tell it Iraq. and you really
Yeah,
hit the eye.
we got it all
Eye
fucked
rack.
up. And
What's a
and,
rack?
and
Iraq.
and
What's a
as
rack?
someone who's seen how people say things in like. So, as an American, I think it's okay if we fuck it up. But if you're over there,
I think it's
and
our
you
American
say,
duty to fuck it up, don't you?
no, and it's fine because here,
expected.
here, if you say it's actually Iraq, and you say it like that, you look like a fuck. And then, but if
do,
you're
even
over
though you're
there,
right.
even though you're right, but if you're over there and you pronounce it the way they say it, you sound respectful. But
It's
over
all- it's,
here,
uh,
if you go, oh, I'd like to go to Paris, you go, you should fucking hang yourself. What are you
Yeah,
fucking
that one
talking
actually
about?
really does piss me off.
Yeah, but over
Iraq
there,
doesn't, but Paris
if you
does.
say it however they want to,
Paris.
that's fine. I don't know how people say Paris.
It's a lot like that.
I've never been there.
that,
I must
that
say
mining
Paulie.
accident
Yeah,
in
Paulie.
Chile that happened.
Oh yeah, Chile.
Chile
Yeah.
with their baby back ribs.
Yeah, that one I get too. It's like oh, just call it chili. It's like yeah, but it's not chili. Chili is like the name of like a vegetable. It's Chile.
Pepper.
It's like saying Kiev.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
I
anyways,
think that I think it's okay to pronounce
Tenet.
it the correct way. Tenet. Anyways,
Tenet.
we're in Kiev, Ukraine.
and
I'm sorry, Ukraine.
there's a white Sprinter van parked beside the National Opera House. Couple guys inside. You don't see the back seat yet. Shows the inside. Everyone's getting ready to start. All the tuning. It shows the curtains coming down, not the curtains on the stage to block people inside the auditorium. So
When the curtain falls.
because
That
yeah,
part.
Fuck. I'm so rusty, Dylan. I know it's not your fault, but I have to blame you a little bit.
You've been podcasting more than he has. You should.
You guys just did one a fucking week ago.
I think it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Can't blame that on me.
No, that's not on Dylan. That's not on Dylan.
I haven't done the
podcast.
Dylan and Joe Basin podcast in 1 month, but I did 3 in other podcasts that are the same
It shows how
podcast at
much
the
he
same time.
half-asses it on toilet wine. It usually brings it for Dylan and Jay. They get nervous.
Dylan and Jay, yeah, exactly.
Dylan and Jay basement P.
Yeah.
But no, there's a curtain that closes behind the audience, so like the sound doesn't go too far. You can't get out. You don't want to interrupt the performance. And right when they're done tuning the instruments, and the conductor takes his little baton, goes, boom, gunshots. People come out of everywhere, masks on, AK-47s. They're brutal. They're shooting people at random. They're taking the instruments from the players and smashing them and hitting them with it, punching people randomly.
We still on Back to the Future?
No, that was last round. This is Tenet.
It's Tenet. We're on 4 now.
All right, keep
I
going.
don't remember that part. I'll be honest. They
No,
go
that's
to
what happens.
Ukraine in
This is
that?
what happens. This is what happens if they don't go back to the future.
Yeah, this is what happens when they go to the
yeah.
past.
Yeah.
So then you start seeing all the SWAT vans coming up, special forces, and it cuts back to that white Sprinter van, and they say, "Wake up the Americans!" And the back seat's full of like 6 guys, all wearing special ops stuff, but just straight black. And on the dashboard, they have 4 different sets of patches. There were 4 chances or 4 different groups that could have shown up in response to this, different SWAT groups. So they have the right patches. They slap them on their shoulders. Now they're blending in. They're running. They're
blended.
storming the building with these guys. And I mean, these guys, like you gotta think, these like 5-6 Americans that are there, they're trained enough that they could follow the protocol for whatever group showed up, so that they can blend in to
You
do
didn't
their
follow
secret
Frodo,
mission.
bud. That's my
You
favorite
follow
defense.
Frodo. They run in. They gas. They have these balls of gas. They actually gas the opera house, so everyone falls asleep. Obviously, the bad guys have gas masks ready to go, so they don't
They
do
are
it.
prepared.
So you have all these seats of people passed out, and then the gunfight starts, and they're shooting at each other. A lot of civilians getting hit in the background, but it's very melodramatic. They're just like, because they're passed out. All during this,
That's
they
not what
keep-
melodramatic means.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. You just keep seeing this like specialty, like press, like the box up top. There's this one American guy with these 2 Ukrainians. They have their guns out. They're just like watching it. They're like, stay calm, stay calm. They go, the protagonist, who throughout the whole movie, that's his name the whole time, Denzel's son, bursts in, kills those 2 guys. Turns out the American that was there, that was working with Ukraine, he was like, they found out about him, like they were there, the terrorists, to kill him. They sneak him out. I'm losing my train of thought.
You got it. You're on a roll.
You got this. Yeah, you're on a roll.
Yeah, you're doing good. You're doing beat by beat too, which we haven't
So-
done so far. We've been very general.
Well, this is one of I fucking love this movie. They do their little special code words so that they know, like, hey, I'm with you, I'm a good guy. They're trying to sneak him out. They see the agents that they came in with start planting bombs everywhere. So now they're like, well, we got to fucking pick up all these bombs also. We can't kill all these civilians. Now the guys they snuck in with are trying to kill them.
Actually, you know what? I do have to stop you because you've been making this whole thing very racial. I don't know why it's all about race. You walk in, you go, there's a bunch of Americans in the back of a car, all black. I was like, okay, I'll let it pass. Then you go, now there's a bunch of Asians in here. I don't know why that's important to the opening. I think it's fine without commenting on the race of all the characters, but I wanted to say that because I'm an ally, you know. Sorry, go
Can
ahead.
I continue?
If you did that to me, I'd be so mad. So hypocritical. Sorry,
No, that's not. I said they were wearing black. I didn't say they were black. That's what you.
No,
do.
the
you
correct
said,
response,
quote
Dom,
unquote,
is
you said all black, and I was like, I'm gonna remember that one because you didn't say wearing black. You said all black.
the correct response to any time that happens to you is to just tell people how many friends you have that are black and Chinese. Like, I have like some really good. Some of my best friends are black.
Dylan already
Trust me,
fucked
I'm
it up.
not like that.
Black and Chinese.
Isn't that what you said? I thought you said.
No,
He said
Asians.
Asians.
He said
I
just
was saying
Asians show
I was
up.
saying agents, and he thought I was saying Asians. The song's not secret.
I'll tell you,
Asian
Dom.
Man.
I'll tell you how you do it. You go black and how many Chinese friends you have. That'll solve it. Most people I
Anyways.
know are Chinamen. It's not a big deal.
They,
My grandpa
they
said
get,
that one a lot.
They, they get the man that they were there to pick up.
All these
Their
Chinese
little-
people from
their
Japan are
little-
pissing me off.
He's losing his train of thought, Joe. If you do this,
No, it's
still.
off the tracks. But
The train is off the tracks, dude.
Hey, I mean, we're trying to get it as early as possible.
then
Number
they
four,
go to
off the tracks.
they go to leave the opera house, and actually, I'm glad you brought that up, Dylan, because
Me too.
The screen goes black, and it brightens up again, and it's the protagonist tied to a chair in the middle of a rail yard, about to get tortured,
Oof.
and that's how the movie starts. Because he didn't
If
get
that
out.
doesn't get you going and ready to watch this movie, I don't know what does. Like that is.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, and Nolan is a master, much like Tarantino, of like getting the first
Also,
scene
I
is
almost
so
forgot.
important.
My favorite part of the whole opening is the best run slide I've ever seen in a movie. Where this guy, he's fucking full gear rifle. He's sprinting. There's a counter. He just drops on his hip and just slides under and pops up and keeps running like it was fucking nothing. Like smoothest
That's
I've ever
sick.
seen. It's
So
great.
sick.
I wonder how many takes that took just to nail it so smooth like that.
Good question. I don't have the answer for that though.
This movie's called Tenant.
Tenet.
You never
ever
seen
seen
this,
it?
Nolan?
Who's the main character?
Denzel Washington's,
Denzel Washington's
son.
son,
I can never remember what his name is.
Mr. Washington.
He's in a bunch of things. Is the beginning scene when he pops out of the water and just shoots a bunch of people?
No, I just
The
explained.
beginning scene is the
beginning
last
scene.
5 minutes of the podcast. All right, how do
I know, but none of that registered. So I just wanted.
I can't believe you just said that, dude. He just did like it's such a long description. Wait, what's
No,
the
you're
first scene
thinking-
though? What's the podcast? Dude? I'll forgive you. You've been on a witch trial. You're doing the Berkshire Trail of Guinness or whatever, the Worcester Guinness Trail. I got you. It's all right.
Guinness Trail. Yeah,
No, the opening scene was literally what he just talked about for the last 5 minutes. That's what it is.
Yeah, you're thinking of a different movie.
I thought I was thinking of Tenant.
It was Chris
really good.
Nolan's
The-
last movie that came out. The
That's
most
great.
recent one.
That's
He
great.
took,
Joe. It
he
helps
took
me.
the risk to put it in theaters during COVID.
I thought you watched his movies. Did you see Dunkirk?
I
No.
did. I loved. I've seen it like 15
I was gonna say I
times,
bet
actually.
Dylan would love Dunkirk. That's a great movie.
Oh, I was thinking of Without
Oppenheimer's coming out in a
Remorse.
month.
Without Remorse is in the year after.
Oppenheimer's gonna be fucking good.
And Without
That's not
Remorse is
Nolan,
with
though.
Michael B. Jordan,
Yeah, it is.
not the Washington. I was thinking that you were
You
talking
thought
about
that Michael B. Jordan was Denzel Washington's son. That is racist.
I did,
And
yes.
you're right.
and he's
because
not.
they're both
And how many
sexy as
Chinese
hell.
friends do you have?
All right.
So, my turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, my turn. Okay.
You-
All right. So, my movie for number 4 could easily, without a remorse or a question or a Tenant, be number 1. But I had to save it for. I had to really think about these things.
I mean,
So-
it's worth, in your defense, stacking it up early because whenever the later numbers come in, I'm going to win every single one of them. So why not use your good ones earlier? Then you'll be able to beat me.
Yeah, it's about getting that easy W. You know, like on Strava. I think I told you this, but on Strava, I hold some records in like the Hudson Rail Trail because I identify
because
my
you transitioned
activity.
in order to win.
No, because I identify and so you can pick if you bike, kayak, walk, run, or wheelchair. So I chose wheelchair on my bicycle, so I can get like really good times and be on the top of the leaderboard.
You
So,
know, like cheating.
you know,
Not just cheating. I mean,
You're going
stealing
against
the reins from people in wheelchairs who are going out there and doing it.
well, I'll show you. It
It's
shows
saying
if you
running
click.
and you're like, oh yeah, this guy went 40 miles an hour. He's on a bike. Like,
No, it's pretty funny. It says if I went like once I log my miles, it says you can title it like, oh, you know, like going to the beach on my bicycle, or you can not title anything and it'll name it for you, like afternoon ride, like lunchtime run.
What did it say?
It does with the wheelchair. It says afternoon push. It's pretty funny.
That's
so,
usually what I call after I have a coffee and take a shit. My afternoon
So-
push.
so Joe, just like you said, you know, I got some real hard hitters early on.
Let's hear it there, big dog.
1994, good year for wine.
Good
Director,
year for movies. We already brought up Forrest Gump and Pulp Fiction.
yeah. So this is right up there with those. Director Gary Jones, one of the best. And
Not familiar.
what happens in the beginning scene of this movie is an alien spaceship that looks much like the beginning scene of Star Wars, with the giant one that never ends in Spaceballs. What's that called?
Well, in Star Wars, it's called a Star Destroyer. In Spaceballs, it's called Spaceball 1.
All right, so Spaceball 1 basically type of thing going on, and then it has like a that's the mothership, and then a smaller ship that looks like a knockoff Millennium Falcon that's red and small, comes out of it, turns,
Pick isn't Star
goes
Wars, though?
straight
Because it
to
sounds
Earth.
like it is.
It's not Star Wars. It goes straight to Earth, and then it fucking fucks up and crashes, and then people see like this meteor coming down. It's this cool scene, and then this truck goes up to see what happened, and it shows like dead aliens, and then it zooms in even closer, and it shows a fucking mosquito biting one of the aliens, drinking its blood, and then it all in one scene pretty much integrates into like a mosquito like crawling, like being birthed out of a fucking egg or whatever they come from, and then a blue Dodge K car with these couple that's fighting in it, just driving down like the same dirt road, and then a mosquito the size of a fucking Dodge K car smashes off their window and explodes, and they go, "What the fuck?" The movie is called Mosquito, and it's about giant mosquitoes. I know you probably picked this already. The
Yeah.
movie's about giant giant mosquitoes
You're talking about
that
number
are
3.
that are mutant because they drank alien blood, and the beginning scene is so good with the space and the K car and the mosquito coming out of the egg and then hitting the cars, and they don't know what to do.
Damn. That's pretty
So, Dylan, this is your second movie in a row that I've
Seen it
never
100
even
times.
heard of until the podcast.
Well, Dom, I don't mean to spoil anything for us, but I imagine this is the whole list.
So, and just so you know, guys, Mosquito stars Gunnar Hansen, who's the right there, the guy with the chainsaw. He's in Mosquito, and he has a chainsaw.
Oh, he's not one of the kids who did Bop?
No, not at all. And he fucking hate Hansen the band. He did. This is Gunnar Hansen right there on my shirt, and
Wow, so
he
he's in
he
both.
has a really cool scene in the movie with a chainsaw where he's killing giant mosquitoes with it.
So he's kind of a one-note kind of dude.
Well, he's like one of those guys who plays the same role. I imagine every movie he's in, he has a chainsaw. Yes.
Yeah, well,
He doesn't really have a lot
you, 'cause
else
this is
going
your second
on.
movie in a row that involves chainsaws.
That's more than the same role. That's the same exact character. It's like, yeah, it's kind of a similar guy. It's like, no, it's always a chainsaw. It's always the same exact thing.
Yeah, he
Two
takes it.
chainsaws in a
He
row.
kills a mosquito, then cuts its face off and puts it on himself.
And he starts stinging.
He
Look
starts
at my
killing
process.
mosquitoes. Yeah.
He's walking around going buzz, buzz, buzz.
I want to suck your blood, but not because I'm a vampire.
Shit. Oh yeah.
I
So,
want to give you triple E. I mean, E.
So,
Well, so no, the reason why I'm mad at you is not because I would pick Mosquito, but because you described a similar opening to a much better movie that I'm picking for number 4, which is
you're just mosquitoes too?
picture this. Did they start the same way? Oh, they're back again. New aliens,
Probably.
new mosquitoes.
Aliens, more
Different colored
mosquitoes.
aliens.
Star Wars. I mean, where are we going with this shit?
Could you let me describe it for a moment?
I thought you were talking about mosquito movies, dude.
Yeah, because
Picture
Joe never
this.
interrupted me on my turn.
You open up. Well, no, he's not interrupting me.
What?
He literally
What?
just guessed
Huh?
my movie before I get to say it. It goes.
Well-
"Da-da-da!" It's big yellow letters, and it goes. "Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da," and it has the yellow letters and it's space.
Mine didn't do that.
The whole scroll goes up, right? It's fucking A New Hope, and it goes, panic, rebellion has struck out, and it reads the whole thing, it does all about it, and then after it goes, the words drift off into space, and then Spaceball 1 comes right over the screen, and a little ship comes in front of it, and they go blasting away at the thing, and I won't count the entire opening as it because it would probably win the whole fucking thing. Because after that moment, it cuts to the interior of the ship, and you have two robots walking around, getting blasted around. And not only the opening scroll, the music, the majesty, and like the epic nature of the beginning. I mean, not only did it hit me when I was a kid, but everyone I've talked to when they first saw it when they were kids, they were like, it was the most crazy opening I've ever seen in life. It was just so overwhelming and wild, and we didn't know what the fuck was going on. And you can cut me off if it doesn't count, but it culminates with a fucking hallway shootout. And when it's all said and done and half the people are dead, a character walks through the doors through a puff of smoke. And it's the most awesome movie villain of all time, Darth Vader.
Yeah,
That's my
yeah.
pick for number 4, Star Wars A New Hope, the opening. I mean, not just the scroll, the John Williams score, the special effects that had never been seen before, and the introduction of the most vicious character and coolest character in movie history. Star Wars A New Hope might get number 4.
Yeah, and to
Joe,
add
you
to your sorry, Dom, to to add to your thing, they talk about, like, this is a funny thing. It's not my original thought, but just to give you some credit with this pick, you know, everyone's like, oh, who's better, Voldemort or Darth Vader? It's like Voldemort couldn't even take over a fucking high school. Darth Vader rules the entire galaxy.
It's a no-brainer.
What kind of fucking question is this?
It's a no-brainer.
People who think that are really fucked.
Yeah. Well, people who think that love Harry Potter and don't like Star Wars.
Yeah, no, but they can't even- how do you
objective,
argue that?
there's no contest.
Voldemort needs a wand and 7 other things that have part of his soul in it to have any power. And Darth Vader's like, I'm gonna fucking choke you from 10 feet away.
And I'll
he
show
rules
you
the
two
galaxy,
biggest
everything
scenes.
ever.
Here's the two. I'll give you a 2-second clip of the two biggest scenes from them. Rule the galaxy as father and son. It's James Earl Jones doing the voice, and he grabs it. He grabs his fucking choke fist, and he looks at the camera with his mask. Or here's the other one. No fucking contest.
Yeah,
dude.
it's pretty much
James Earl
I
Jones
felt like I was
versus-
watching Harry Potter.
I have no nose. Fucking lame.
Well, I mean, Darth Vader also probably wouldn't have a nose.
He has a nose. I've seen the end of it. He has no ears, probably, but he's got a nose.
Yeah, no, Joe,
Anyways, that's
you
my
really had
pick.
me messed up for a
Star
second.
Wars,
'Cause
A New Hope.
when you were complaining to Dylan about, like, you just described a thing, you started. I could.
Well, he kept saying
I'm
it's
sure,
like Star Wars,
no,
like Star Wars, and he goes, "What is it, Star Wars?" Like he literally said it 3 times.
Yeah, but no,
I
I
don't
could have
play by the
sworn.
rules.
Clearly, you didn't say
It's all
it, but
good.
I
That's
could
why
have
you're the
sworn
bad
you.
boy of the podcast. Dylan is the undesignated bad boy. We can all agree on that.
When you have a nerd-based podcast and you're the bad boy, I don't know what that fucking puts you on the list of bad boys.
But I don't know. I
To
could have
steal
sworn,
your girl of the DJBP is Dylan.
I could have
there you
sworn
go.
you said at one point mine was also 1994. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? There's no Star Wars movie that
No,
came out.
I said 1994 is a great time for movies because Forrest
Yeah,
Gump.
for some reason,
and,
then for a second, I thought you were going to
Yeah,
say
that's what we
Thumb
said.
Wars. Because I was like, well, Phantom
Wars,
Menace.
Morse was good. Well, and well, you
Similar
threw me
opening.
off. You threw me off because you did say Spaceball 1. I was like, he's gonna pick Spaceballs over Star Wars?
No,
for
no,
best
no, I was just
opening
kidding.
scene.
I was just
But
kidding. No.
I mean, actually, dude, that's funny. That's really funny.
No, it's very funny. It's a good opening scene.
It is. It's fucking
Spaceballs
hilarious.
might be on the list, but not up against Star Wars, the OG.
Yeah,
so.
no, absolutely.
Yeah.
The voting starts with Mr. Dominic Mara. I think we should take our first commercial break after this one. So let's battle this.
Amen to
out.
that. Yeah, I'm running low on wine.
All right. I mean, last time I didn't vote for Joe because I didn't want to vote for Dylan's made-up movie, but this time I'm not voting for Joe because, I mean, as much as I love A New Hope, it's a great movie. If you gave me Tenet and A New Hope, I'd watch Tenet first. So I'm going to stick with voting for myself.
But we
for Tenet.
are voting on the openings, right? Not the whole entire
Yes,
film.
but the
Okay, just
opening
making
is
sure.
great.
Making sure.
Sorry, yeah.
Just making sure.
But yeah, that doesn't change mine. I'm voting for Tenet for best opening.
Boy. God, I fucking love Mosquito. I mean, what a great movie. It makes me so happy. I really do. It's a really, really good movie, but I can't compete with
I hope you think
obviously
it's good
Tenet and New Hope. No, I can't compete with New Hope. I can definitely be better than Tenet, no question. But
never seen
New
it,
Hope, dude, I can't. I know, but I know. All right.
But I mean that's
Picture
that's fine,
Denzel.
though, because we're not going to all see all the movies. We just have to describe it well. So I mean that's fair.
Yeah,
it's
because
fair.
you guys haven't seen Mosquito.
Yeah.
You described
Well,
Mosquito.
apparently
I
I
haven't
didn't-
seen
only
it.
apparently I
people-
didn't describe mine
only
good
people
enough,
in the
because
world
he asked,
haven't
He asked
seen-
if Tenet started in the water.
Yeah,
after I
but
did
he
my
wasn't
whole
thinking
thing.
about listening to you. He was just trying to make his own ideas. He's
That's
the
a
bad
good
boy.
point.
What are you gonna do? He
well, hey, you know what? You guys are the only people I've ever met who haven't seen Mosquito. Okay, so
That can't be true.
So you've never met anybody?
Dude, the
right.
different countries
You know
you've
what?
been in the past 6 months.
Let
every single
him
person you
vote,
met there
let him
knows
vote.
mosquitoes.
all
Sorry.
of them go. You're from America. That's where Mosquito's from. I go, yeah.
They're talking about the airborne illnesses, not the movie. And you know that.
I'm like, yeah, it's like what we're known
West
for in
Nile
the country
virus.
is this movie by
Malaria.
Gary Jones, the legendary director of the
The
$200,000
legendary director
movie?
Gary Jones.
Gary Jones. So I got to pick New Hope. I mean, I'm pissed you put that there. I mean, it's too early for
I
that.
know it's too early, but
Again, the top five is a little bit harder than doing a 10.
Oh, it's real hard because
But
like
luckily for
Mosquito's
you,
so good. Mosquito's a
we
good
all get
number
to vote.
7. Like
we all
I
get to
can't-
vote, and also we know the rules from the past. I'll reiterate for the people: you can vote for your own whenever you want to, but you can't vote for the same thing twice. Which means I still have it open to vote for me because my vote is Mosquito, our first tie.
First time. Wow. All right. What are you doing?
I want
Okay.
to duke it out. I voted for my own last time and I won. I can't.
You
Even
can't
though I
pick
know
Tenet
New Hope is
over
the best
Mosquito.
one. Maybe I'll vote for it now. We'll see. But I'm going to vote for Mosquito. So we have a three-way tie here between Tenet, Mosquito, and A New Hope. And the voting starts again with Don. We can relitigate it. We can re-argue if you want to. But we can't vote for the thing we just voted for. That's the only rule.
Okay. So obviously Tenet is the right choice, even though it's, I can't pick it again.
Obviously.
But this is really you're really making it tough for me, Joe. Because I mean, I got to go with Mosquito.
oh yeah, dude.
He did such a good job describing that. I've never seen a K car.
It does sound cool as
mosquito.
hell. Even though they basically stole the beginning of Star Wars and added a mosquito into it, it sounds freaking cool as hell.
You can say
Yeah,
that.
but I mean-
some people don't say that.
I don't say it.
I really want to see.
I would
Mosquito
never
now.
say shit
I
like
really
that.
want to watch that, and that's pretty
Dude,
much
you'll
the
love
reason
it,
why
dude.
I'm going to go for.
Well, don't
Mosquito.
cry about it, Tom. Just watch it. I don't know why you're getting all choked up, but yeah. watch
Dude,
it.
Dom,
Watch it.
on Instagram, I liked it so much that I made a montage of it of all my favorite clips and added music. I added Parkway Drive to it.
Oh, we should have known. No, we
And,
did the math on you put Parkway Drive under it. We just should have known when you
Put
when you
Parkway
made the
Drive onto my montage that I took 45 minutes to make of Mosquito, and you'll see it in my Instagram actual posts. You'll see the word Mosquito, and you click that, you'll like
This
it.
is why Dylan should edit the podcast because his talent level and his creativity combined. No,
He'd have to do the whole episode on TikTok. That's how he only knows how to edit stuff that way, right?
and he can use all the copyrighted music too.
Absolutely no
TikTok doesn't give a
skill.
fuck if you use the music. They go
Can't
ahead,
figure
use
out how
it.
to use anything else to edit films, movies, and stuff. Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, pretty solid point. Podcast.
Good vote.
This
So,
kinda
Tom,
Can I
Every-
Can I write to the Chinese guys in TikTok and say, "Hey, can I do a 3-hour and 30-minute TikTok with editing?" And
Those
they'll
are his
say,
Chinese
no
friends he
movies that we
talks
don't
about
approve
having.
of.
they'll say, yeah, sure.
No, it is kind of funny though for the people that don't realize we all make separate. I mean, Joe does the full podcast, but Dylan and I both also make stuff.
Yeah,
for the
everyone here
podcast,
edits videos.
and we all use.
Everyone
a
here
different
puts
form
in
of
8
editing
hours
to
of
do
work.
it.
We have different styles of editing, I'd say.
Yeah. We each contribute like our own amount of energy. Joe puts in 10 hours of energy episode.
And
Dylan
Dylan
throws
and I,
in
we use our phones.
3 or 4, and then
That's all you need to know.
tops. Yeah, it's the same
No
though,
mouse
because it's
needed.
like how much effort.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're going not by effort, but how much it ends up being cool, I'm in dead last. Like, your two's Instagram shit is so much cooler than the podcast. I mean, like,
All right, don't even joke about this, Joe. It's not even funny. Your shit is
Oh, man.
you own
your
this.
Your
You
guys'
own
shit
this
is
shit.
so funny though. Whenever you like put it up on Instagram and I watch either your or Dom's edited shit, I'm like, this is so funny.
Yeah, because it's impulsive and it's not even
Yeah, I
remotely
pretty much
consistent.
always do
It's
it while I'm at
emotional.
work.
It's the deep
Yes.
core of humanity.
It is, but that doesn't make things get done. That's the whole point, Joe. You get it all done.
all right.
Anyways.
Well, anyways, I
Too
think you're trying to
serious.
vote there, Dylan.
Yeah, obviously mosquito.
You already voted for. Oh no, you
already
voted for
voted
New
for it.
Hope. Oh, so Mosquito's gonna win. Well, I still get a vote.
Wow.
I still get a vote.
Didn't you
And
just vote for
because-
mosquito?
No, Dom
he
did.
votes last on this one.
So I'm gonna vote. Even though I love A New Hope and I think it deserves a victory here, and I was gonna play nice. I'm gonna vote for Tenet because that beginning is awesome, and I forgot how cool it was till Dom described it. So 1 vote for Tenet, 2 for Mosquito. Number 4, best film opening is Mosquito.
Yeah, baby. Fucking getting on the map. I'm gonna get some more wine.
And that'll bring us
Yeah,
to our
watch
first
it. Watch my
commercial
mosquito
break.
thing on
you go.
Instagram and TikTok, folks. It's good.
Oh, you won't even have to because Dylan sends me the video. We'll put it as our first commercial break.
So be right
The Dylan Mosquito Fight. See you on the other side.
So good.
See you in a minute.
Yeah.
Where was the color?
Buonasera. Come va? That means good everything after 12 noon to like nighttime. And how are you? And how are our guests on the Dylan Joe Basin podcast? Because we're back from our break where we had some wine, had some laughs, had some fights.
Ciao.
And ciao. We
Fuck you! I'm trying to help you, motherfucker!
yeah, one of our famous Italians right there. So we're gonna come right back in with number 3, real hot here, and I'm pretty sure I brought this one up before in the list of things we've done, and my number 3 is aquatic.
On the list of things we've done, you brought it up before.
Yeah, it has been done. But how could I not do this? I mean, this is another one that was so easily a number 1 for me. It's crazy, but it's an aquatic-based movie. Means the ocean. And it's so goddamn good. And the opening scene is as good as the rest of the movie. The whole thing, it just never gets worse from here. And the scene is so good. It shows an original, actual, real 1800s steam ship with sails on it, just chilling, kind of going across, but it's a naval military vessel and it's a real one. It's actually that old. So it's the first time, as in like right now, you don't really get to see footage like that anymore. You don't get to see boats that old that actually still work, that are like the run of the mill, like real working boats, not these beautiful fucking bullshit
Decorations,
Christopher Columbus
basically.
jerk offs,
Yep.
Like this is one that's like it's like the old day cargo ships, and it's transporting gunpowder and food and fucking swords and guns and shit. And the movie's from 1954, and this scene, you see that ship in the distance through a periscope, and you go, nice, all right, what's going on here? And then you see dun, 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 and So music is important, and that's a real good one.
It is.
And you see, then you hear, and you see this like green monster like going under the water. It was up top. Now it's going down, diving. Big
dun,
giant
dun, dun.
explosion.
Yeah.
Big giant explosion. You hear this cool sound. All real footage. No CGI. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea with Kirk Douglas and the fucking guy who has this beard. And that scene is fucking good as hell. And fuck everyone
Wait,
who thinks
Leon,
opposite.
see, I should have known you picked that one. But
I
you
had
throw
to.
me
That's
off
the
with
best
music
scene
because
ever.
You literally just used the music from Godzilla to describe the beginning. Dun 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 dun.
No, it's a different song. It's a different song. This one's dun 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 dun. It's different.
Awesome. Well, I mean, you tricked me because I thought it was gonna be
No,
Under the
it's a
Sea, and then you
little
did the
different.
song. I go, oh, he's gonna pick Godzilla, and I go, oh no, you didn't.
No, it's
Good shit.
Yeah, and then they ram it, and the
another
whole
Douglas.
Kirk.
You've had 2 Douglases so far, but please go ahead.
I have yes. If you're listening real closely, and you're a real long time listener, you'll know that I've had 2 Douglases on. But and that scene signifies the whole movie. Okay, there's this thing. It's clearly I think it's a monster, but it's actually a submarine, and it blows up the ship. And the whole entire movie is about the military-industrial complex from the 50s. Very wild.
And that ends up being the Nautilus, what they see, right?
That's correct.
Hell yeah. Captain
The
Nemo's
Nautilus.
vessel.
Yep, Disney's best movie.
Yep.
I always forget that's a Disney film. It's
Fucking
so crazy.
Disney movie, dude.
Disney has some weird movies. You're like,
Well,
what?
they did a lot of live action shit. It's not really like the Disney brand, but I mean, I can vouch for Dylan. I don't know. Have you seen the movie, Dom?
I've never seen the movie Dom.
I've seen the.
You've seen Fast and Furious.
You just said Dylan. Have you seen the movie Dom?
Yeah,
I have
movie
not.
Dom.
No, I haven't,
Dom
dude.
Toretto.
We watched like the first half hour of it in like middle school one time, but that's all I've seen of it.
That is a bad environment to watch it because you're like, oh, who gives a fuck?
They need good
But no,
sound.
Dylan actually went out of his way to send me the DVD by mail. He bought it for me online and sent it to me, and I thoroughly enjoyed it when I watched it out. I
He
went
said
in
he
with
would never
open
buy
mind,
it, and I
open
said,
heart.
not a problem.
Yeah, I refused, and I could not refuse. It made me an offer I couldn't
Jacques.
refuse, and I'm glad I didn't because there's so many good scenes in it. But we're only talking about the first one, and that is an excellent example of a scene setting up the movie, the music, the visuals. I mean, you're feeling like you're under the sea, which is what they want you to feel.
You're feeling
And
like you're
of course, I
smoking a
thought you were going to say a
seaweed
different movie about the
cigar.
water because it has one of the best opening scenes that I almost picked.
Shape of
And
Water?
for 1 second, I thought, holy shit, Dylan picked an actual beginning of a movie that people might have heard of, and that couldn't have been more wrong.
See, I got confused when he started talking about the ship and like the periscope. All I could think of was I don't even remember if this was a DJVP episode or if it was a Toilet Wine, but I think it was a DJVP about that ghost ship off the coast of Africa, whatever it was in the 50s when it was.
I think it was an idea for an episode we haven't done yet.
No, we definitely did it.
we did it. What was it called? Can you remember any words about it?
Um,
Well, here's
remember.
here's a really good question. In the meantime, do you guys remember what episode we've already filmed that hasn't come out yet? Because I don't remember what it's about. But it's all in there. I haven't edited it yet because I won't do it until we do episode 80. Episode 81.
I have no idea what it was on.
Dylan, do you remember what it is? We already recorded the whole thing.
We did it in April.
Yeah, it was so
how
long. I
long
don't
it's
remember what
been.
it was about. It was after
Submarines?
BattleBots. BattleBots is the most recent one we actually put out. I have no idea what it was. It's all recorded already. I have no idea what it is. And
Wait.
people are
Is
gonna
it
hear
another
next week-
movie one? Is it a movie
No,
related one?
no.
No.
We've been putting this off for. It was like I thought it was like a historical one. I thought.
World's Fair.
Oh, we haven't done that one yet, huh? On the podcast.
That one hasn't come out yet? I thought that one already came out.
I thought it did too, but I don't know.
No, I didn't see it today. I was looking.
Today.
Dylan.
Oh, you checked?
As of today, it's not up.
So that's it. World's
All
Fair.
right,
is
so it's
gonna
World's
be.
Fair.
That was so long ago.
But no, so it must have been a
No.
Toilet
I
Wine.
edited World's Fair. I put in that rap song and shit. We must have done that one already.
You edited it, but you didn't fucking post it. Let me
No,
see.
I didn't edit the one we didn't put in yet.
God, there's too many episodes. I can't get.
All right, well, maybe it's the one I'm thinking of then. That's why you're so confused.
The
It was
ghost
about a
ship
ship
one.
and they were transporting explosives and stuff, and there was.
Really? All right. This
Maybe
is.
that
I
was the one.
swear to God, I saw that one on there.
I thought I did the World's Fair one already. I was almost
Meat
positive we
Spin,
did
Bunker
it
Hill
already.
Mine. Ship?
World's Fair's not up yet. Maybe it's that one.
Genies? World's Fair's not up, dude.
Damn, I downloaded a song like 8 months ago.
Unless it got. Well, you would have gotten an alert if it got removed for anything.
Yeah, I would have. All right. Anyways, you
No.
can look for
Anyways.
that next week. The episode we recorded months ago. But the good news is Dylan doesn't have to be on the hook next week to record the podcast because we have one in the can
Thank God.
for the first time.
Jesus.
Yeah. But anyways, we're
So much
talking
work.
about 20,000 Leagues. Is it 40,000 or 20,000? I always forget.
It's
20.
40.
40. It's 40, yeah. 40,000 Leagues Under the Sea. That's a great opening. Which brings me to my opening, which is also nautical themed, but it's even better than that one. This one, it has an opening that I'll go out and say it. It has no business being this good of an opening. The movie has enough comedy, enough moments in it to be like, it'll make up for it, but the beginning is a straight up like all-time great movie opening. It shoots out with a dusk light, like the golden sun peering over the island, and a ship rides up to the sandy beach, and the song hits the same as all these beginnings. Shiver my timbers, shiver my
Oh my
soul,
God, dude.
yo,
Yes.
heave ho, and all
Holy
these pirates
shit.
pull out a giant
Yeah.
treasure chest, and they're all trudging through.
Man.
They're trudging through the
Damn it.
sandy beaches, and you look over, you go, wait a minute, are these clams singing? Are these crabs singing? Is there an alligator singing? It goes, and dead men all the lady dee.
They killed their souls. Yo ho hee ho.
Oh.
There are men whose hearts are as black as coal, and they're stomping through the beach, and
Yo, hey,
everyone
and you
thinks
hear
that
the-
everybody's dead, and everyone's scared of it all, the pirates. And then at the very end of the crescendo of the song, all the pirates walk into a dusky, musky, dark cave. And then this visage of this great pirate with the three-corner hat pulls out two flintlock pistols, and it goes, "Dead men tell no tales." Boom, boom, and he kills everyone in the room.
Oh,
I mean,
Jesus.
what a beginning to a movie!
Wow.
And you might think I'm talking about, what is he talking about? Fucking Pirates of the Caribbean? What is he talking
Absolutely
about?
not. This blows that out of the
Master
water.
You mean-
Commander? No, I'm
Pirates of the
talking
Caribbean,
about
Down
Muppet Treasure Island, which is my vote for number 3 best movie opening of all
dude.
time. Because
Holy
it has,
shit.
it's
I know.
amazing, and it has no business being that good, but the song, the timing, the visuals, it tells you all you need to know. Like, this is the setup for the whole movie. There's a lost treasure, and we need to get it. And this guy killed everyone who knows where it is because he's a pirate captain. And that's, there you go. Dead Men Tell No Tales. Muppet Treasure Island is my pick for number 3.
And dude, I just want to add to that when they're pulling the treasure chest,
Please.
it's heavy. It's full to the brim of gold.
you see it,
and
yeah,
necklace. No, but you
overflowing.
hear it. You hear the things jingling and
Yeah.
jangling, and you can feel the weight of the chest. And then
Yes.
and then you see the fire. It's dim lit. God,
Oh, it's just
damn.
so well done.
That what the
wish
fuck
I could put it
business
on
does
this
that
podcast.
scene have in that fucking movie, dude? That
Oh, it
is
has no business at all being in
So
there, but
good.
it's just fucking beautiful filmmaking. They actually gave a
goddamn,
shit.
so good. Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right. So before I say my number 3, I'm going to propose. So Dylan, I think from now on, every 10th
You're
episode.
gonna propose on the podcast?
no, no,
Oh
no,
my
no, no, no,
god!
Oh my god, Dom.
Is anyone watching that? Oh.
Is the lighting right? I think from here on out, after the next, like when we do episode 90, when Joe wins
He's
a round,
stalling.
he shouldn't get to vote, or he shouldn't get to choose something for the next round because he always has the best shit, and it's not
That's
fair.
bullshit.
It's a
You
joke.
haven't even voted yet. You can't preemptively fuck me over.
How do we
I
beat
voted for
that?
Mosquito last round. You can't be mad at me.
Yeah, I voted for Mosquito last round.
I voted for Tenet also. All right, so go ahead, Dom.
You actually never voted for Mosquito.
I voted for Mosquito and Tenet. I never voted for Star Wars. You'll see the tape when people watch it right now. I
Yeah,
never
if
voted for Star Wars.
if I ever watch it, I'll see it.
Well, you won't, but anyways, I have the record.
Because I have Stratego. So
I didn't vote for my own.
for my number 3, I'm going to go with this is one of my. This is up there for like favorite movies of all time, and the opening is a great way to start it. It's definitely the most simple opening I've had on my list so far, and that is Smokey and the Bandit.
Ah, nice.
That's
Yeah.
Great opening. It
I
starts
love
off.
the movie. I don't remember how the opening goes. So
You just see the stacks, the exhaust stacks of the truck with the
yes.
early dawn sunrise, but there's still the clouds over it, and it starts up. You see the smoke start popping out, and then cause and then you're like, oh, they're gonna show the truck. They don't. they show on those big rigs, they have air brakes, and their parking brake is called the maxi brake. It shows the maxi brake release, and the truck start to roll. Then you hear it rev up. Then it shows the drive shaft spinning. They have a drive shaft cam.
One of the best. Yep.
And then it's
The attention to detail is the
here's
common
the front
theme.
tire.
As a kid, I always
spinning.
loved looking at the drive shafts on big trucks.
It's
So
so-
fun. Go on, Dom.
And then they just start showing more and more of the truck. You're like, then it's the back
shaft.
set of wheels. Then the first they showed the grill. The first shot where they show like a decent part of it is from the back of the trailer pointing forward. So it looks like an extra long shot. It's kind of like all these shots basically are like, imagine you're playing any Grand Theft Auto game. You're driving and you press the button for go to cinematic mode. And all the different shots start happening.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's funny you say that because literally that's based off of movies like Smokey and the Bandit. That's why they did that. Like it's like Grand Theft Auto. It's like
That's
no,
great.
Grand Theft Auto is like that.
Yeah. Well, not every viewer has seen Smoking the Bandit, but Joe's mom
Not
has
every
played
viewer's played
GTA
Grand Theft Auto.
5, so
I don't know. You shouldn't be watching this podcast if you haven't seen Smoking the Bandit.
this is true.
George Ferguson's in it. He stars in it.
But and another thing that starts happening right as he starts to pull away is this wonderful. We keep bringing. I think this is we should have a discussion about at the end. This seems to be a key part of openings. Has a great song.
The song.
to go
That's
with
why it
it.
sticks with you. It sticks. The song makes it stick.
It's
It's
a
okay if it's
song
opening,
called-
but the song really makes it
It's
stick.
a song called "The Legend" that Jerry Reed, who plays Cletus in Smoking the Bandit, wrote for the movie.
No shit.
Because he wrote 3 songs for the movie: "The Legend," "The Bandit," and the most famous one, "Eastbound and Down."
Eastbound and down.
But the legend is it starts. You heard about the legend of Jesse James and John Henry, just to mention some names. So there's a truck driving legend in the South today. A man called Bandit from Atlanta, GA. It's so good. Like I actually prefer that song over Eastbound and Down because it's so good. It's not as well known. But the first full shot of the truck is there's this field with a couple horses, and anyone who has seen the movie before knows. Maybe Joe, you could probably get you get away with the picture of it. The truck and trailer. The trailer is a picture of a stagecoach getting robbed,
It's great.
and so it's a field. The first time you see the full truck and trailer,
Again,
is
it's
a
setting
field
the movie
with
up for what it's
horses
going to
in
be.
it.
It's just
Yeah.
it's a beautiful. I mean, come on.
It's a field with a couple horses in it, and the camera just starts going like this, and you just see the truck driving by, and the camera just follows it. It's the first time you see the full truck, and then it goes back to doing little portions. Like you see the back wheels lock up. He stops because there's a train going by. He's fucking flying on the road. He barely stops in time to stop for the train. He keeps driving through it. He ends up driving into the night. His lights are on. He's going through all these. It's just such a great movie. It's almost like it's like Joe said. GTA got that camera thing from movies like this.
Right.
And it's very subtle that it does set up what the movie's about. It's trucking. There is just a little thing of like, hey, they're stealing shit. But that's pretty much it. You never see the guy driving the truck. You don't know anything about the movie really, but it sets
And you
it
know
up
the fucking
perfectly for what you're
producers were
gonna do.
like, show Burt Reynolds' penis, shot 1. It's like, no, I'm a better director than that. I'm gonna
Better
let
idea.
him sizzle,
Yep.
let it go.
Well, that
You
is
know,
an interesting
the studio
little-
was probably like, we haven't seen Burt Reynolds for 2 minutes. They're like, dude, trust me, it's gonna be a better movie if I like let it sizzle. You know.
That is a little fun fact about Smoking the Bandit. You would never actually see Burt Reynolds drive the truck. He
Really?
gets out of. You see him get out of the truck once, and that's it. But you never see him actually behind the wheel.
I thought you were going to say you never actually see his penis.
That's what I
Oh.
thought you were gonna say too.
The DVD
like,
I
wow,
have
yeah,
is
it's
the
been a
French
while
But
since
he's
version,
deep
and
up in
there's a
his
lot of
description.
pieces.
He couldn't think of the joke. He's like, no, that's with the actual movie.
Actually see.
You never in his movie. You never see his penis in the movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen Swing the Band since 2004. I know the exact day I saw it.
Wow. Yeah, I haven't seen it since I think
was
in
it?
high
What was the
school
day?
last time I saw it. But I remember
It was
though.
December. It was actually New Year's 2004.
It's a great movie.
New Year's
I
Eve
watch it.
2004.
What a great New Year's Eve movie to watch. Smoking.
That's one of the that's like a main Mara movie where like if all my uncles are up and stuff, we'll watch that. And
Oh,
it'll
so
just be us.
MAIN and MAINE.
It'll just it's like who can get the line out faster. It's like Jamie Taco or me. And for some reason we don't get bothered when we're all just over shouting at each other. This is the line. They're
Well,
going
no
to
one
say
feels
it.
like they're
I'm gonna
missing
say it.
anything because they all know it back to front. So it's just like you're a part of it. That is a fun way to
that-
watch movies too. When you're with someone, like when you're watching like Pineapple Express with somebody, you're like, we already know all this
Smell
shit.
it.
Yeah, like, you don't
Smell
feel like
it.
you're talking over the jokes because you're almost laughing at remembering the jokes as much as you are laughing
Yeah.
at the
That's
jokes.
a good point. Yeah.
So that is my pick for number 3 is
Great
Smoking
pick.
the Bandit.
Dom,
Can we
if you
get
like those
a,
truck scenes, if you like those truck scenes like that, on your list, add the movie Hangar 18. It's got a real good
Hangar 18. I know
Hangar
too much.
18. It's got a really good cab over scene.
All right, Mo.
Listeners,
And
it's something
same-
you too.
And then
Cho.
same with, have you seen John Carpenter's first movie ever made?
I don't know who John Carpenter is. I don't think.
He did the Halloween.
Halloween, most famously, and also The Thing,
Haven't seen
And
it.
The
Haven't
Thing,
seen it.
obviously, which is even better.
and
in
then a
my
bunch of
eyes.
other great movies too.
Bunch of other
And
shit, but his first
here's the other
movie-
thing too. He directs it. He directs it. He
Directs
directs
it,
it, and he actually writes and plays the soundtrack. He scores his own movies.
Oh
So
shit!
like the Halloween song, he wrote that. All the synth songs from The Thing, and what's the movie with the guy from Jurassic Park in it, Dylan, where it's the H.P. Lovecraft movie, like
Seinfeld the movie.
In the Mountains of Madness,
In the Mouth of Madness.
in the in the Mouth of Madness. Like he wrote all the songs. Like his songs are so great, dude. The Fog, like he's it's crazy. He's like fucking the guy who made Undertale. He made the whole thing. He's like, oh, I'll write all the music for it too, just because I'm so fucking creative. He's cool as hell.
He is cool. He's cool as hell. Yeah, his first movie, maybe it's not John Carpenter. It's like a 70s movie, but it's about Duel. Yeah, Duel, 1971.
Dude, that's Steven Spielberg's
That's
first
Steven
movie.
Spielberg's first
Ah,
movie.
shit.
Yeah,
I thought it was
me
John
and Dom.
Carpenter.
Not only have we both
Yeah,
seen it
I
together,
showed that to Joe.
absolutely, absolute banger. Yeah,
a
Duel.
great movie.
You
Thought it
would
was
think
John Carpenter. Sorry.
Because it's like a horror movie, so you would think it was
Yeah.
Carpenter, but actually it's Steven
Steven
Spielberg's
Spielberg.
first movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great
the-
Peterbilt
yeah,
259.
Duel, I mean, as
in
far
that.
as like car
So good.
shots and trucking, I mean, that's like a fucking all-timer for
Yeah,
sure.
but add
As far
Hangar
as-
18. Hangar 18, cab over.
It's on the
Sick.
list. It's right next
Sick
to
as fuck.
Mosquito.
It's on the board.
Yeah, and those are two.
Hell yeah!
Nice,
so
dude.
so just so we can kind of rally things together here, boys, because I know we always get loose with it. We have
Real
40,000 Leagues
loosey-goosey.
Under the Sea. We have Muppet Treasure Island, and we have Smokey and the Bandit for best film openings. And the voting starts with Dylan.
Can I tell you a secret?
You sure can.
It's not 40,000.
It is
Is it
20,000.
20?
Yeah, I just want to be funny.
Oh, I can't remember what it is ever. I always just think it's Leagues Under the Sea. So 20.
Yeah, it's 20,000. I mean, think of leagues as in like
Yeah, 40,000 is way too deep. I mean, come
that's
on.
real deep. I mean,
should've
right
known
now,
that.
those poor guys are at like, where are they at?
They're dead.
Well,
Are you
hang
talking
on.
about that submarine that went to see the Titanic and they got lost?
Yeah, they're
We'll
at
bring
the
that up-
Titanic's
we'll bring that
at
up later, Dylan.
12,000 feet, so 40,000, 20,000
We might
leagues. Let's
talk about that.
let's.
Yeah,
before-
what is a league? I actually don't.
I gotta
know
figure
how-
this out. Yeah, 20,000 leagues. My phone
It has to
decided
relate to a
to,
fathom because that's a great Parkway. The Parkway
or
Drive
a
song.
knot.
500 fathoms deep.
I'm doing a calculation. 20,000 leagues to feet. Let's
Leagues
see.
to feet, please.
Leagues to feet is 20,000 leagues is 3.168 e plus 8 foot.
Well, can you figure?
Just ask what. Ask
Because
what.
that's
one
not-
Holy
is.
shit! No, wait. It says.
So the
15
E.
How
is
far?
actual-
Whoa! Everyone, slow down. It says how far down is 20,000 leagues under the sea? It says it's pretty simple, really. A league is an old-fashioned measurement of distance that's roughly
Yeah.
equivalent to 3 miles. So
do it in miles, not feet.
3 times 20,000.
miles.
60,000
Three-
miles.
60,000 miles. Yeah, that's how deep the movie
No,
is.
that's not true. That's not true. That can't be true.
No, I'm not. No. Look, I'm not being funny. This is what
The
it says. It
circumference
says
of Earth is 36,000 miles, so it's around Earth twice down. That makes no fucking sense.
Yeah,
So
but
it says the
look-
distance
look
are
how old
aeronauts.
The book was when it was written. They didn't know that.
Can you do me a
shit
favor?
yet.
Just change the feet to miles, and let's see what it is, just to make sure that's true.
All right, hang on. It says
Virgin.
the
Or I'll do it
distance
if you don't want to.
Aeronax, Nemo, and company travel under the sea, not the depth they go.
Oh, it's
That's
there you go.
oh
There it
yeah,
is.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah. So they
20,000
travel
leagues
60,000
traveled
miles a
under the
lot.
sea.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
let's
so
see
it's
how
around
many.
the Earth twice under the sea.
Oh, it's the distance. they
That makes
cover.
way more
Yeah,
sense.
Yeah, because
the
one
title does sound
league
cooler
is
without
3.4 miles.
Okay, yeah, so you couldn't go that deep.
What's a fathom? That's a lot less,
Dude,
right?
I don't fucking know what a fathom is.
We can't get into fathoms right now.
All right. Sorry.
Yeah, this is
We have
about
to get into
20,000
voting.
leagues.
This is currently the voting section. No, but that's a good distinction, though, Dylan, because I always forget that. They could have called it, 20,000 leagues traveled whilst under the sea, but it wouldn't be as good of a title as 20,000 leagues under the sea.
In a
That's
boat
like,
that
Joe,
has
what'd you say the
perpetual
circumference-
energy source.
What'd you say the circumference of Earth is?
36,000 miles.
Yeah, that's
around
like
the
that's
middle,
like naming. All right,
the
yeah. well,
equator.
I'll go
So
with
the
36,000
fattest part.
miles, anyways.
Dude, so
That's
they didn't even
that's
go
like
around
if
the Earth
if
once in the
was
movie?
called Around
They
the
went
World,
twice.
36,000 miles, not around the
You
world.
said it was
in days.
60,000, so it's about twice almost.
Oh, I'm confused. I was like, I thought, yes. Okay, yep, got it.
All right. Anyways, you had a
Well,
vote,
good for them.
I'm glad you looked at it because I wanted to get that solved, and now we all know 20,000 leagues under the sea isn't the depth; it's the amount of distance traveled while under the ocean.
While under the sea.
Dude,
under the sea.
I couldn't possibly pick for this category. I mean,
Well,
between
you must.
I know, but between Muppet Treasure Island, 20,000
Well,
Leagues Under the
it's like
Sea,
we always
my two
do.
favorite
We're all-
movies
we're
of all
fucking
time.
cool dudes. I
How do I
mean,
pick
we have
that?
good ideas about stuff. They're all good.
Yeah,
as
don't
far
worry
as
about
we
Dylan. You're the
are
bad boy.
opinionated.
I know.
And also, we might tie. You might be able to vote twice, but I'm gonna have to beg you to vote right now because we are now doing our classic thing where every time a number comes up, we double the time we argue about it. And number one's
Those are
gonna take
like-
a while. So I'm
just
gonna have
to
ask
put into
you to vote right
context,
now.
hardest decisions ever in my entire life.
Here
My
we go.
two favorite, most childhood memories are watching the intro to Muppet Treasure Island and the intro to 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Yeah, so
It's
it's
pretty
hard
much
to-
my favorite things about being a kid are
hard to
those two
battle
moments.
those out. Yeah.
That's so hard. I mean, I'm gonna pick 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea for now. That's all right.
That is all right. That's more
That's
than
what I do.
all right.
Yeah. So final answer.
Okay.
Secure.
I'm gonna put my vote in, and as much as I love the opening to both the movies you guys said, my opening that I described is in my bones, man. And as much as that's an amazing opening, the song in both of them is a really hard description to it, and it sets you up perfectly. And Smokey and the Bandit's opening is awesome. 20,000 Leagues opening is awesome because you don't know what's going on. You're like, what the fuck am I? And you get set up to be like, I'm under the sea now. Smokey and the Bandit's like, this is the open road. This is what it is. It's machines. It's movement. It's pavement. It's smoke. It's America, motherfucker. I can't rightly vote against what my heart is for the first round at least. I can't do it. So I have to vote Muppet Treasure Island as mine, and I would even put it higher. Honestly, I put it this part because I thought I could get it in there, but it could be higher in my opinion. So I'm gonna vote Muppet Treasure Island. Shiver my timbers, bitch.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same page as Joe, where I think this is if we do more top fives instead of top tens, I think we're going to see this more and more. We're just going to keep voting for our own because we're so much more.
Yeah,
usually
you're
the top
already
10 where we're like, oh, that's a good one. I never thought of that, but it's Smoking the Bandit. It's like I've probably, and I know it's openings, but think the amount of times I've seen the movie is how many times I've seen the opening.
Yeah, it would be hard pressed
I
not to
have
actually.
to have
You have to
seen
admit
it
that you like the movie too.
30
I mean, all
or
these
40
movies we mentioned
times.
are also fantastic movies. That's just a great opening and a shit movie. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
great opening to a great movie. They all are.
I mean, I know I saw it once as a kid, but I don't really remember seeing it. And then Joe and I watched it at the Cape last year, 2 years ago. I've really only seen Muppet Treasure Island once. I completely forgot about the opening of that. It is a great one. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah,
But I think about Smoking the Bandit all the time.
that's fair.
And so I'm going to have to go with that for the opening.
All right, we have our
for my
second
number
tie.
3 pick.
Our second tie. Everyone around. All great openings. We all picked ours. We all stuck with ours, and that's fair. That's well and good. Do we want to relitigate, or I think we should just vote again? Honestly,
I think we
said
should
what-
just vote
we
again.
said what we can say. Dylan, you can vote for
Say what you need
either
to say.
Smokey and the Bandit, or you can vote for Muppet Treasure Island.
Muppets, dude.
Muppets.
Because
All
it's
right.
ingrained in my soul, that scene.
Yeah. Shiver my soul. Yo ho heave ho. I'm gonna vote for. As much as I do love the Smokey and the Bandit beginning, I think I love the movie as much as I love the opening. Which 20,000 Leagues, I think the best part isn't the opening, which Muppet Treasure Island, the argument can be made, the best part is the opening, and it's all great from there, but that's such a good opening. It opens so strong, but it's not a comedy opening, because they easily could have done a comedy opening, but they chose not to. I'm going to vote for 20,000 Leagues for my vote here, for opening.
All right, so even though I am a huge Kirk Douglas fan,
Michael Clark Douglas as well.
yeah, oh sorry, Michael Clark
See,
Douglas,
yeah,
The whole
yeah.
Douglas
Scott
clan.
Stapp the third. Like I said, I forgot how good the opening for Muppet Treasure Island is, and it is really good. So I'm gonna have to go with Muppet Treasure Island.
Well deserved. Well
All right.
placed.
Thank you. Number 3, Muppet Treasure Island, and I didn't mention this because I didn't want to load the stack, because the rule was the opening scene, which is Dead Men Tell No Tales. The opening scene. Don't forget, the next scene is Billy Bones.
I know.
mean,
I was thinking you'd segue to that.
Scenes. They have no business opening that strong. Like the first scene. Yeah, I mean the most banger opening. I think if you do all the rest of the list, the opening 2 scenes, Muppet Treasure Island might be number 1 for opening 2 scenes.
Holy shit! Yeah,
I mean,
it
the first scene
really
is Dead
of
Men
all
Tell No Tales.
time.
The second scene is the black spot, which we talked about in the Pirates episode. Like it's
I
unreal.
smell
Muppet
you,
Treasure Island
Joe, you do it
opens
better than anyone. Yeah.
stronger than strong.
Joe, can you do it for everyone?
I smell you, Billy.
Do the whole thing. We're here. We're paying for this, dude. Do the whole thing.
A pretty little girl. It's me, Le Bon Pieux. Anyways, Muppet Treasure Island, number 3. Best opening in film that we've ever seen. Which will bring us to number 2. We're getting close here, lads. We're getting real close. Really close. And I think since Dylan went last time, I think I have to open next here for my opening vote. So it goes something like this.
No, yeah. Sorry.
Are you good? Are you ready for me to pitch my
Yep.
thing?
Go.
And spellbind you to an awesome opening? So I was a little bit nervous earlier that someone would pick mine. I'm glad that that Dom hasn't seen the movies I've seen, and Dylan refuses to be serious about this podcast at any given time at all costs, which actually makes it better because he's the bad boy. I mean, what are you gonna do? He's a rebel without a cause. He is the James Dean of the podcast, man.
What are you gonna
and I
do?
hope he doesn't die in a car accident. Actually, he's outlived them already. But here's my opening.
Yeah, knock on wood for me, guys, on that one.
Yeah, here's my knock on wood. Here's my opening. It's people have seen movies like this before, not to spoil it, and the opening are usually some kind of, it starts off peaceful, some tragic event happens, and it gets you started on the journey, because when you know what my answer is, you'll know, like, oh yeah, all these type movies start like this. It goes, here it goes, we're starting off peaceful, it gets crazy, and then it's going to be weird. This
Like
happens
River
to be
Wild?
Huh?
Like River Wild?
Exactly like that. It's the second time in a row you already said what I was going to say before I said it. No, I'm just kidding.
Your number 2 pick.
Another Meryl Streep picture. Devil Wears Prada. No, no. So this is a sequel, which I think is our first sequel.
Oh,
on the list.
Mamma Mia 2.
Please stop guessing. You're spoiling my whole list.
Joe, I have another guess.
I need to pitch this thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, it
Okay,
needs to
all
be a
right. No,
sequel.
I'm just kidding. Just go, dude.
I can't take you
Doesn't-
on a journey if you're going to guess the
Doesn't
end already.
matter. Yeah,
Journey
drink
to
down
Center
the river with Kevin Bacon. Go.
Oh, that sounds
Just go.
so great.
right.
So it's a sequel.
Jungle
it's a sequel
Cruise
on the
by
list.
with The Rock. Sorry.
So people are. I'm going to ignore you.
Love that one.
So
I was going to pick that
people
for
are
number
already
2.
expecting, hey, we ended up where we were last movie. Where are we gonna go? This movie is gonna be right after. It's gonna be slowly after, shortly after, whatever it is. And we get into it, and it starts off at the top of a skyscraper, and there's 2 guys in clown masks trying to drill their way into the front door.
I don't remember
And
River Wild be like that, but whatever.
are you gonna let me pitch? This is number 2. Give me a chance here, bud. Give me a shot to convince you. Please, I
Just
beg
go, dude. No one's.
I'm doing it right now. Fuck it. If you have River Wild in your head, you're not gonna listen to how amazing this opening is and how much you're
Listen to
spellbound.
the
by.
clowns skyscraper. I got it, dude.
Yeah, clowns, guys, and it's an entire amazing. They have the music. Dun, bum, 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 bum. It's cut into the bank vault now. Now we have like another guy's in clown masks. What the fuck's going on here? A bunch of clown masks. this doesn't seem like the movie I was signing up for. They're all wearing suits and weird shit. They're arguing with each other. Hey, you don't drill in here. Oh, I'm doing it here. And as it goes on, every step of the heist, someone behind them kills him. He goes, what was your plan? You kill him. You kill him. You kill it. Everyone as part of the heist has now died. And there's two guys in the bank, and they both don't know anyone else has been dead already. And he goes, what was your plan? I bet you're supposed to kill me, right? And he goes, no, I was supposed to kill the bus driver. And he goes, what the hell are you talking about, bus driver? And as that character says that, a bus backs into this bank, hits the guy in the face, kills him, and the guy pulls the gas container, and this guy goes, you and your friends are dead. This is a mob bank. And the smoke comes out, and he goes, what doesn't kill you makes you stranger. And he pulls off his clown mask to reveal it's Heath Ledger as the Joker on Chris Nolan's movie, his masterpiece, The Dark Knight. No Batman in it, no Heath Ledger until the very end, and it's an amazing bake heist scene. It would have been cool on its own. Another movie. Turns out it's the Joker. He hops in the bus, drives away with all the bags of money. You go, okay, fine. He did all that. How are you going to get away from here? He pulls into the morning commute of all the kids in school in Manhattan and just pulls right in the line. No one notices the difference. My pick for number 2, which should be number 1, The Dark Knight, the best movie opening ever. Although Tenet's a great opening, Chris Nolan's a master at this, and I think this is his best version of this I've ever seen. And it's a sequel.
And the bus blows out, and there's like kind of dust coming off of it.
Yeah,
and it's bouncing, and then gets in line, then just becomes normal.
Piece by piece, you start seeing everyone get killed one by one. You're like, what the fuck's going on here? And obviously, you see the clown mask, and I'm thinking the first time I watched it, I go, oh, these guys must all work for the Joker because it's Batman. Not realizing the one guy
He's fucking them all over.
He's not talking. He goes, and then it's the Joker. Yeah, so I love that.
Yeah,
it's almost like an end of a movie reveal, but it happens in the first 5 minutes. It's fucking
that's
and the
fucking
song,
solid.
Dun, 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 dun. It's Hans Zimmer. I mean, come on, it's fucking killer.
Yeah, it's fucking so good. So, that's good as hell. I mean, that scene is so goddamn good. It's out of control good.
I mean,
every
I still have
little
goosebumps
aspect
when
of
I
it.
saw it in theaters when I was a kid. I was like, holy.
Me too. I saw it in Cape
I'm in
Cod
for
when I
a
was like
ride.
10. It was so good.
No, I
who
think we were
got-
like 12, 13.
You were not 10 when you saw
We
that.
might have even been in high school. I think we were probably.
Was
I'm pretty sure
I
I was in
was
middle school when that
maybe.
I'll look it up
I know.
right
No.
now.
No. I know. I was 12. I know this. 100% sure.
The Dark Knight
you were
came out in
older than that.
2008. You were either 15 or 16.
Okay, it wasn't 12.
Remember thinking
So-
of Batman Begins?
No, I was thinking of something. Oh no. I know what I confused it
Oh,
with.
you thought you were me because I was 12 when it came out.
Oh,
Okay,
you thought
when
you
I
were
was
Dom.
when I was 12, when I was 12, I saw
Sharp, Sharp.
I saw a League of Gentlemen. I saw a League of Gentlemen
League of Extraordinary
same-
Gentlemen.
in the
'Cause
same
you still
theater.
have Nemo on the brain.
I know, but in the same theater that I saw The Dark Knight. That's why I got confused.
Okay,
At the
yeah.
Cape, I got confused.
Nice. No, that's 2008.
No, I was gonna
I think
ask
I was
before
in high
you
school.
before
Last
you went
movie Sean
on
Connery ever
We were
did.
sophomores.
before you got on. Who got throat cancer from eating Catherine Zeta-Jones out?
Michael
Clark Douglas.
No, seriously. I'm not. I didn't know. I'm not
I'm
being
serious.
funny.
It was
Michael
Michael
Douglas,
Douglas. Yeah.
Oh
I'm not
my
kidding.
god, that's
Yeah,
so
and
funny.
falling
Well, he didn't actually, but he blamed his throat cancer on his wife's pussy, which is not only
Instead
disrespectful,
of all the cigars and whiskey
it's doubly
that he
disrespectful
did.
because his wife's Catherine Zeta-Jones, and to say
Yeah,
that
and
is so...
if there's 300 million Americans,
He's falling down.
and 50% of them are men. Let's just say, just roughly. I don't know one of them who wouldn't take that risk.
He thought he was talking shit. Everyone's like, "Hey, I'll do." I mean, come on. I mean, that's the risk.
like in 20 years, I'll get throat cancer from having a good time with her.
Catherine
No question,
Zeta-Jones.
not even a question in my mind. Sounds great. No
today,
problem.
today I take the risk.
Yeah,
That was like
yeah.
20 years ago. That he was
She's
dating
great.
her.
Well, the reason I brought her up is because I thought that maybe you were.
You know,
for
there's
your-
a System of a Down song about that. You know, where they go, "Don't eat the fish."
Oh,
No. So, Joe, I was thinking instead of going Dark Knight, you were going to talk about the movie, the world famous, possibly contender for number 2 movie about robbery called Entrapment with Catherine Zeta-Jones. and
Oh
Sean
yeah,
Connery.
and then also League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Sean Connery.
Yes, exactly. It's
it
all
was-
coming
they
together.
Put it on a big bow. Yeah, they're
Real-
all
I think that was the last movie Sean Connery did before he retired.
That was after. No, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen was the last one, right?
Was this before or
Yeah,
after
Entrapment
he was
before
on?
that.
Last one.
Was this
Yeah.
before or after he was on Celebrity Jeopardy?
This was after.
That's not a movie.
Either way, either way.
She
That's
was
my
good.
pick.
She was good in that movie though.
She's
With
good.
Lasers.
Chicago. Ever seen that one? Oh my god.
The play?
It's a movie. Yeah, it's a musical movie.
I don't want to watch that.
You don't have to.
I'm not
No.
gonna. All right.
That's fine. But I'm saying she's something else in both.
Because I said I would eat her out to get cancer. I wouldn't watch the movie. Two different things, dude.
I wouldn't watch the movie to cure my cancer.
Well, they say the antidote is the actual thing.
Well done, Dom. It's your turn.
All right. So my pick for number 2, if it doesn't win for number 2, I think we'll all agree it'll at
gotta
least
take down
win
Joe, dude.
win overall for best music, no matter what, hands down.
Wow, we've had a lot of good songs
Because
here so far. That's a lot.
My
saying
pick for
a
number
lot.
2 is the Blues Brothers.
Oh, now describe it for us.
I've never even heard of this movie.
I'll
you.
kill you whether you're joking or not.
He's not joking. I mean, he is joking. Obviously, he's seen it.
So it all starts out.
Even if he hasn't,
Nope.
he's seen it on TV by mistake 100 times, and he's seen probably the whole thing. Wait,
Starts
Dylan,
out
I'm not
with
going
the
to see if you're joking or not until after Dom's finished. Then you can say that you weren't
Dom,
joking. And we can
it's
get
your
this.
turn to go.
And no, Dylan, I'm not talking about Back to the Future. Just so you know.
Okay, thank you.
So it starts out with the exterior of Joliet Prison in Chicago. And it's just showing shots of these different areas of the prison.
Everybody.
Slowly working its way towards the interior, getting into... You see the walkways, you see prisoners doing their daily routine, doing their walking and stuff, while guards with a shotguns fucking walking behind them. Eventually goes into a building, and you just see 2 prison guards, arm around... They each have one arm of a prisoner, and they're just walking. No music yet. You just hear the footsteps. You hear the prison noises, people talking.
The jingling
And
of
then-
the chains.
The jingle of the chain, exactly. And they do different cuts. The same thing. It's similar to Smoking the Bandit, where it's like, we're going to put a camera here,
Excuse me.
walk past it. And it's different. They do down below. You can see them walking over the grates. Other prisoners, they're like, oh, hey, oh, good luck. Oh, yeah, oh, have go. You get them. Then they walk up to a door. First lines in the movie, the prison guards go, this is it. And your first thought goes, oh, shit, this is a guy. He's about to get executed. That was his walk. His last mile.
The Green
Mile,
Mile.
thing.
In other words, yeah.
And they open it up. He's there to get his stuff back. He's getting released by prison. Released from prison.
By the prison.
By
For
the
the prison. Of the prison.
But the prison. I can't say that the rest of it on here.
Or even for an hour, we can't say it.
And it's where you find out he's getting released early parole for good behavior. You still have not seen this man's face. You've only seen the back of him or from the waist
The
below.
teaser, the reveal. It's great.
This guy, balding, glasses, mustache, real nerdy motherfucker, opens up this cage. He's behind the thing. It's fucking Frank Oz. AKA...
Wait a minute. Wait,
Very
don't say
invo-
anything. Dylan, do you know who that is?
Frank Oz,
Yeah.
the guy behind the curtain in Wizard of Oz. It's my best guess.
Good guess.
That's a good guess. But no.
He's been in 2 of the movies we mentioned already. Actually, he's not in A New Hope, but he's in another Star Wars movie, and he's in Muppet Treasure Island. Does that help?
He's the
He's
black
in
spot.
Empire Strikes Back, and he's in Muppet Treasure Island.
The black spot. That guy.
No.
No, he worked very closely with Jim Henson.
this when he talks in movies.
Oh, fucking.
Here's another hint.
Yoda? Yeah, dude, he's Yoda's voice.
And Miss
Yes.
Piggy is and he's Grover. Yeah, he's all 3.
Yep. And he's in Blues Brothers as himself. It's the only time I've ever seen him not be a puppet.
Yeah, he's not a puppet at all. He's just a regular guy.
Wow.
And so he's there to give, when you get arrested, they empty your pockets and they hold everything. They hold everything because it's still your property.
Right.
When you get released, if you get released, fucking American jail system, they give it all back to you.
We don't have the time.
But they have to go over what it all is. So you still have not seen the main character's face yet. They bring him to the counter. He walks up. It does a cut of his fingers. He's doing the tap. you can see he's got the Jake, Jake, tattooed across his knuckles.
Tattooed, nice.
Frank Oz looks at him, looks up at the guards. They grab him, pull him back because he's too close. Then they start going through his possessions for what he walked in. I wrote these down.
Let's hear it.
He goes, one Timex digital watch, broken. One unused prophylactic. He looks
That's a
down,
condom for all our kid listeners.
pulls a pencil
I
out,
didn't know that.
picks it up, and goes, one soiled. And gives it back to him. Dude had a used condom in his pocket when he got arrested. Sorry, not just arrested. After
Charged.
court,
Yeah, he's been.
when
he's been
you actually
charged.
go to prison, he had that in
Yeah.
his pocket.
Or indicted, I should say.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
One soiled black boots, black belt, one black suit jacket, one black suit pants, one black hat, sunglasses, $23.07.
Didn't
And
need
he
to say that.
hands him a form. He goes, sign here. Takes the pen, does an X to get his stuff back from the prison.
He's a badass.
While that's happening, they show an exterior shot again. An old cop car that doesn't have any words on it anymore, but it's still black and white, very clearly a police car. Pulls up, parks across from the prison, cuts to the steering wheel. You see the knuckles. Use two hands for this one. It's Elwood
Elwood.
tattooed on the knuckles. Then the gates open up, and you just see it's all the sunlight's behind him. So all you see is just an outline of the guy getting out of prison.
Silhouette.
Silhouette, that's the word. That's a good one. He walks across the street. They're both wearing the same black suit, hat,
The
sunglasses,
clothes he entered
skinny
prison
black
with.
tie.
Yeah.
They hug, and it goes, the Blues Brothers.
All right, so what's the song?
Also, she got the Katie, left me a mule to ride. Bow, bow, bow,
There
bow.
you go. Good stuff. Good stuff. The Blues Brothers opening. Didn't even think of that one. Fucking excellent pick.
Also, that was kind of like what you were saying for I forget what movie you were talking about, where the guy wrote, directed, and composed it. Jake Blues,
Carpenter,
played by
which
John
one?
Belushi, and
Yeah.
Elwood Blues, played by Dan Aykroyd, with their actual band, the Blues Brothers. They're using their recording of "She Got the Katie"
That's cool.
for the movie because they did
Yeah.
all their own music for it.
That movie's an anomaly because it's like an actual film that was a Saturday Night Live movie, which would soon be followed by.
It was
Dr.
the first
Roxbury,
Saturday Night Live
Little
movie.
Nicky. Yeah, I mean, like that was the most film of them all. But yeah, fucking great pick, Dom. I gotta give it up to you there. Dylan, you're next on the list here for our number 2 pick. We're getting really close here, bud.
This was an easy one for me of best openings of all time, no fucking question. Martin Campbell, 1995,
Martin Campbell.
is the director.
Oh, okay.
Soup?
Thank you. He already said 95, which means get buckle in, Dom.
Mosquito 2,
Yeah,
Electric Boogaloo.
Mosquito 2 dreams come
Mosquito 2, another UFO crashes. No, it pans out. The first scene is like a helicopter view of one of the biggest dams in the world, which I believe is in Norway.
Okay.
It's a
Damn.
real dam. Like,
Wait, how do I boot people? I keep forgetting. I'll let it ride.
it's a
Right,
real
right.
dam, and it's in Norway, and it's
Said that
fucking
already?
giant.
Here we go. Whip us up into a frenzy. Really make us believe
Just
it.
wanted to let you guys know this,
Is ChatGPT loading?
and it, yeah, it is.
He brings up a fair point.
I just want to confirm it was in Norway,
No, yeah,
and
no,
I'm
that's cool, that's
pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
So
Now, the floor
it
is
pans
yours now.
out,
We'll
and you
stop.
hear. I don't even know. I don't even know what instrument plays the song of this.
Do your
it's-
best impersonation of it. What's it sound like?
I can't even do an impression because the main sound is the one I do an impression of, but this like background music of like scary Russian banging flute
Banging flute. It
sound.
sounds cool as hell.
I can't even describe it.
Why is it
and
Russian?
then-
It has like Russians type stuff like ding, dong, 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 dong,
No. It's like dark, depressing Russian, Like if you're stuck in jail in Russia, this is just what you
Oh,
hear.
it's like a.
They don't give you a harmonica. You just hear the.
No, you just hear like it's almost like a wind noise mixed with like the wind's blowing through like an area that gives it a tone, plus like a banging.
Is
and
it-
It's like an ambient sound. or whatever.
ambience with a
yeah.
deep bass?
Is
and
it
you see,
the perfect sound for when Short Round marries that Ewok?
I don't no. It's specifically for Russian fucking spy movies, and you pan over this dam and you're like, all right, here we are, and it shows like the
Where's the
location
dam?
is somewhere in the movie. It's in Russia, and you see this dam, then you just see this gate opening, like an automatic gate to the dam. And you hear the chains. Then you see a guy. You see a guy sprinting as fast as he can in black combat boots with black fucking tight, like Navy SEAL looking shit with the whole thing plus this. And you just see a person running. It's the only movie I've seen where it starts off with someone sprinting and you're viewing them going away from you, and then it pans into them. Then this guy goes up to the side of the dam, looks over it, and jumps. Butterfly. Like swan dives off of this tallest dam ever, and then I gotta do it. He puts his,
For the listeners, he's doing the thing he said
he's slowing down, and then he slowly brings his hands like this
to a point.
as he's diving to a point, and then he slowly goes like this, and you see the camera like this. Then he goes, then he slowly pulls out a gun as he's doing it, and he goes.
And it's the first time this character's pulled out. Ever.
Yeah, and you see it go like this, then he completely stops and goes,
If I'm guessing right.
and then he shoots like a thing
camera?
that hits. No. Well, he shoots a. You see the gun come out slowly. It's the perfect move.
Yeah.
And then he goes, and then he shoots this like hook, and then he reels in. And the movie is Goldeneye from 1995.
Hell fucking
James
yeah. I was
Bond.
like, it's gonna be a James Bond movie. That fucking perfect.
And it's the
fit.
best scene ever because he's sprinting, and it's the first movie Pierce Brosnan was ever in that wasn't a fucking joke. He got the
Yeah.
original role
You
in
know, like
the
Dante's
80s.
Inferno?
Well, he got the original role in the 80s, and then they somehow last minute declined him and got someone else, so he works harvest. But it was besides that, then the next scene when he gets inside of there is even funnier. He hangs down.
That's great, but no
so-
one cares about that scene. It doesn't.
No,
count.
but it's still the same
what a
scene.
cool opening scene. The biggest dam. He jumps off it. I mean, no, I'm sorry. Go
The
ahead.
biggest dam ever, and he jumps off of it, and he's like looks so goddamn cool.
And to have that action packed like the visceral, like he's sprinting, he jumps off a dam, like that gets you into the movie. You're like, I'm there, dude. Let's fucking go.
Well, he's sprinting, and you don't know where he's going to go. Then he immediately swan dives and then pulls his hands together slowly. It's not like he does things fast. It's all slow, and then
He's all
goes
cool and collected. Just
so cool and collected. And then, for those of you who are wondering, the next scene, he comes out of like the bathroom ceiling, and then says some guy's taking a shit and reading a newspaper, and he punches him in the face. So, just saying, that entire movie is a fucking masterpiece of cinematography.
absolutely.
And that scene right there is one of the best of all time. It is so goddamn good. It's out of control how good it is.
Fuck
I can't
yeah.
even express how much
the
everyone
song
needs
is
to
like-
see this. Yeah, it's like, I can't even do it. I can't even do the song. It's just so. It's the Goldeneye music. It's the Goldeneye music. It's the only way to describe it. Goldeneye video game and the fucking
Picture
movie,
you're
same
shooting
music.
Odd Job in the fucking tunnels.
That's right. In paintball mode. Yeah.
Paintball mode too.
So goddamn
Hell yeah,
good.
dude. A great pick. So we have for our number 2 pick, the voting starts in May. We have, if I'm not mistaken, GoldenEye. We have, whatever I said, The Dark Knight. And we also have the Blues Brothers for our...
2 minutes, James. 2 minutes, James. The same 2 minutes you gave me.
That's
That was
fucking
Australian. I did
That's
my
good
best.
stuff.
Go on. Yep.
So anyways, Dom, don't worry about voting. I'm not the Blues Brothers. That's for them to laugh. My vote, as much as it's cool, I mean, I almost, the way you guys, I'm not even fucking around here. I'm being completely honest. The way you two guys describe your shit, it almost made me not want to vote for the correct answer. I was like, oh, I was like, the Blues Brothers opening is killer. And again, the same thing of all three is that the character that they want to introduce you to, they don't show you till the end. Like, they don't really show you Pierce, like his true, like, he's James Bond. They show you, like, the dam. They show you him sprinting. They show you, Jake walking through the prison. They show, you know, the Joker's in almost every scene in it, but you don't see him till the end. It's like, it's the lead up, it's the pumping your blood up, it's the setup, it's the fucking movie. That's why I picked the category for the podcast, and you guys agree with me. And my vote is obviously The Dark Knight. It's the best one of all of them. Sorry, it's the best. It's so fucking sick.
Oh, good for you.
But you guys all deserve a vote, and you might even win because I voted for mine first, which might be a bad move. So that's my vote, Dark Knight.
Oh, so it's me next.
See, yep.
So this is driving me fucking crazy. It's one of those things where as soon as you want to say it, like you want to oh, this is the person's name, you can't fucking remember. It's driving me crazy.
Maybe I can help you.
What the fuck is Batman's name? What's the actor? I can't.
Christian Bale?
Christian Bale. Thank Christ. I could not. It was driving me. I was like, I love everything I've ever seen.
I didn't even bring up all the other shit in there because it's not fair. But I mean, Aaron Eckhart, Christian Bale, Michael Caine. It's fucking great.
But so I will say this. So Dylan has yet to pick a movie that I've seen.
That does make it more difficult to vote for. It does make it difficult to vote for a movie you've never seen.
I know this is hard.
criteria.
This is hard to wrap your head around, but I've never seen Back to the Future.
Oh wow,
that is
no,
surprising.
I thought you were kidding. I'm not saying that was a requirement because it wasn't, but it does make it easier for the votes. But anyways,
Yeah, that was it.
sorry.
And then also, I'm not the biggest Batman fan. Like I've seen The Dark Knight once. It's a great movie. I've never seen it a second time. I've seen parts of it. The Dark Knight Rises, I never finished. Not because
Wait,
I
you
didn't
never
like
seen
it.
The Dark Knight from back to front?
No, I've seen The Dark Knight all the way. I watched it at the Menden Twin Drive-ins.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because even if it's not a good Batman movie, even people who don't like Batman is like, oh, that's just a good movie. It's not.
No, it is a good movie. What I'm saying is I've only seen it all the way through once.
Wow, I saw it twice that summer, in the theater.
Yeah. I know we're talking about The Dark Knight, but The Dark Knight Rises, I fell asleep watching it. I've never seen it all the way through. I didn't fall asleep because I didn't like it. I was very drunk.
That actually is almost as good as the opening scene of this one, but it's not even.
I will say the amount of I've seen
that one. They
of it,
rip apart a Learjet. They rip the wings off and they drop the entire thing to the ground. And they film it all really, no special effects. They actually rip the wings off of a jet and drop the tube down.
Dude, that's Nolan. In Tenet, they actually drove. They actually drove
he does the real shit
plane into a hangar. So they can get the scene for it. But even just that, I'm not like Batman. Batman's a good character, but when I think Batman, the first thing I think
I'm not.
is Adam West.
Listen to me.
I know.
My thing has nothing to do with Batman. It has to do with the Joker in the beginning of the Dark Knight.
I know.
There's no Batman in
the Batman movie.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't remember that opening from the Dark Knight because I've only ever seen it once. I've never seen GoldenEye, so I have to go with Blues Brothers.
That's fair. It's a great opening.
This is the first time where I don't remember a single opening of either of yours. I've never seen GoldenEye. Wow. I don't remember the Dark Knight opening.
The Dark Knight opening was so influential to me that it's the thing I remember the most about the movie. Like I remember the beat by beat the most of anything, probably. Besides
me too.
The skyhook scene when he's
in the pencil scene.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
I know the pencil scene.
The pencil scene is more famous, yeah. Because you get to meet the character. But anyways, this is not my turn. It's Dylan's turn.
Yeah, so I've never seen the Blues Brothers. It looks great. The cast is fucking good as shit. I'm probably gonna watch it tonight.
Wait, you're not kidding about that one either?
No, not.
I would say, as far as your proclivities for what you like, watch the Blues Brothers twice before you watch Back to the Future. And Back to the Future is fun. It's cool. I love it because I grew up watching it. But as far as you can watch it tonight and still think it's good, the Blues Brothers, you'll think it's good today.
Oh, no question. I mean, I looked at it real quick.
I get the references, whatever, but Blues Brothers is straight up cool and funny from the 70s right now. We watched it
100%
during COVID. We watched it at Cook Lane outside. Everyone there had seen it, and everyone there was laughing as if they'd never seen it before. It was such a good movie.
It looks fucking amazing. I can't wait to watch it. So for now, I got the pick between fucking Goldeneye and the Dark Knight. Jesus Christ. So I'm gonna pick Goldeneye.
Mm-hmm. All right, there we go. So our third tie, I believe, as far as the count goes, I think we all like Dom said, it's a top 5, so we're all gonna stick up for our shit. But that's why we have the rules in place, and it's fair enough. I really don't think we should argue anymore because this has only been number 3, I think, and it's been about an hour. So we're gonna have to go ahead and vote again immediately. Because we still have room for the honorable mentions and, of course, the coveted number one spot. So I'm going to go ahead and vote for my next vote. And although I think the GoldenEye Open is cool as hell, I haven't seen a lot of James Bond movies. I've seen, I think, like probably 5 of them, and they're mostly all the Pierce Brosnan ones. So for my head, that's who, James
Me too.
Bond
He's
is.
also who I think of it as.
Including like the video game stuff. So that's my James Bond, and that opening is sick. But I have to vote Blues Brothers because it's such a cool opening, and James Bond always has a cool opening, but Blues Brothers is a comedy, and it opens like that, and they had no business. Again, they had no business being that good of an opening, and the music and everything else. So, although the spectacle of GoldenEye is amazing, the opening of Blues Brothers as a comedy never happens anymore. They don't respect comedies at all. They just don't give a fuck, and that's it. So I'm gonna vote Blues Brothers.
All right. So I know we're doing movie openings, but not
Yes.
only have I never
I
seen
hope you know that
GoldenEye,
by now. We're almost on the list.
I've never played the GoldenEye game either.
Oof. That's almost as bad as Dylan not watching the Blues Brothers.
But I just, it does sound very cool jumping off the highest dam in the world in Norway, but you're actually supposed to be in Russia. I've just never been a huge James Bond fan in general. I know I just
That's fine.
kind of shit. I know I kind of shit on.
But
Batman
again,
for a little
we
bit in the
are
last
judging
one.
it on the opening, and
I
you're
know,
like,
I know,
I hate
I know,
Batman, I hate James Bond.
I
We're not
forgot
talking about
that.
Batman
I
and James
forgot.
Bond. We're not talking about the
I
coolest
forgot.
movie
Yeah,
heroes. That'll be
yeah.
another list. Maybe that's episode 90. Base it
Oh,
on the
that'll be-
opening.
That is a good one. That was a good one. No, I already completely forgot that we're supposed to vote and not argue more.
Yes.
I'm going to go with Dark Knight.
Okay. Dylan?
Guys, it's me, Dylan. As a whole concept,
Guys,
I
it's me,
love
Dylan, this
James Bond, and I love the end of all of their movies. Just kidding, Joe. Just kidding. I'm going with Dark Knight. It's a no-brainer.
Dark Knight, the number
That scene
2.
is so. I just picture the back end. Like, imagine, like, just driving through a wall in a school bus, actually, and driving over like
And
cinder
they
blocks
pack
and
it
having
in,
it
too.
bounce
It's
around.
backed in.
It's real. It's like real footage, and it's fucking good as hell. It's
They have one of the characters in it. He's like in there for 5 seconds. You and your friends are dead. This is a mob bank. That guy got nominated for Perfect Storm, and he's in Black Hawk Down. They use him for 5 minutes. They don't-
John C. Reilly?
No. All right, that's number 2. And I think we should take a commercial break before our honorable mentions, and obviously the number 1. We'll see you guys on the next side of this shit.
And they sailed their ship across the ocean blue. A bloodthirsty captain and a cutthroat crew.
It's as dark a tale as was ever told of the lust for treasure and the love of gold. Shiver my timbers, shiver my sides, yo-ho-ee-ho. There are hundreds as strong as the wind and tide, yo-ho-ee-ho.
And those buccaneers drowned their sins in rum. The devil himself would have to call them scum.
Every man on board would have killed his mate for a bag of guineas or a piece of egg. A piece of egg.
Piece of it. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Something not right. Many wicked, icky things gonna happen tonight. Moolah waka, sailor man beware.
Printing money in the ground. There's murder in the air.
Murder in the air. One more time now. Shiver my timbers, shiver my bones. Yo-ho-ee-ho. There are secrets that sleep with old Davy Jones. Yo-ho-ee-ho.
When the mainsail set and the anchors weigh, there's no turning back from any course that's laid.
And when we really sail the sea, you can bet your boots there'll be victory.
Shiver my timbers, shiver my sail. Dead men tell no tale.
Misophonia listeners.
Well, that was a great break. I really needed that. I don't know about you guys, but I needed it. And we are back with the Dylan Joe Waitham podcast. Finally, episode 80. We just did our 5 through 2 top movie openings of all time. And before we get to number 1, we're going to do a quick little honorable mention segment because this is hard for all of us to get it
There's
narrowed
too
down
many
to
to
5.
mention, you know?
Also, this is the first time ever that no one has had to substitute their movies yet because none of them were picked, I don't think.
Thank you, Dylan. Yeah, that's true. I had a whole bullpen of things picked 'cause I thought we were all picking the same ones. And I always forget that Dom is weird and Dylan is a fucking asshole. So
He's the bad boy.
Yeah, he's the bad boy. I had no danger of picking anybody's. I mean, I think only one of them we might have the same one. So, anyways, go ahead, Dom.
This is
a
crazy.
good point,
So
yeah.
for my, I have, yeah. I mean, it was weird not having to touch into my backups, but I have 5 backups like I always do, and
I actually thought I might have to use all my backups, and I was totally wrong.
yeah, this is crazy. I was when I was going through the list online when I was making my list, I was like, oh, they're all gonna pick like these ones. But
That's exactly what I
no.
thought about mine too.
Which is surprising considering one of yours was a made-up movie.
Lying.
So, some of my backups were this
Mm-hmm.
one was really hard for me to not put in. Is the beginning of Inception? Another great Christopher Nolan movie.
Yes. Yeah.
And the other one was The Matrix, the original one. That's a good opening where Neo actually isn't in it at all. It's another one where the main character isn't in the opening at all.
It's Trinity, right? She does the
Yeah,
first
just
one.
Trinity.
Yeah.
Another one
You can do
is
quick descriptor just so people know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's a cool, quick one.
another one. This is one of DreamWorks' best movies of all time. I feel like it's not. It's probably around the same year. maybe
Great
just a little
opening.
bit, just a little bit after Muppet Treasure Island, which Joe and I watched last year.
Yeah.
Is The Prince of Egypt with their great song "Deliver Us."
I had that in my bullpen. Deliver us. yeah, it's one of the greatest. And it sets up the whole movie, and it shows all the scene.
Oh, it
Deliver
was
Us,
so
I had
good.
an open scene, for sure. That was in my bullpen.
Then another. This one was really hard not to put on the list, but it just wasn't good enough. But I've seen it so many times, and that is Monty Python's The Holy Grail.
How'd that
Not
start? I don't
only
remember.
that is the coconut. Do you suggest Coconuts Migrate? That's the opening.
That's the
where
opener?
they
I don't
come
remember that
in
at all. I
and,
thought that was
and they're
like halfway
yelling to
through.
someone up on the castle. But another thing with that movie is the opening credits are hilarious because it takes them 3 rounds. They purposely messed up the credits 3 times.
Just
To the
to
point
get
where
it.
at the end, the person or the people that make the credits are a herd of crazy Mexican llamas, and the screen starts blinking like crazy. And every single it's like, who was the executive producer? Llamas. Grip llamas. It's fucking chaos.
That's awesome.
But this one I was always going to do this as an honorable mention. It's The Jerk. It's a great Steve Martin movie because it starts off. Steve Martin is a homeless man talking to clearly someone taking video of him. And he goes, "It all started when I was born." And it cuts to this really crappy shack down the south. I don't mean to sound racist, but there's all these African Americans dancing around. And Steve Martin goes, "I was born a poor black child." And it zooms in, and it's Steve Martin. So that one, that's the funniest, quickest. The opening's a minute long.
Yeah.
They fucking hey, here's a great joke no one's ever said before that you can't say anymore.
And you can't say it again.
Time to start the movie. And so those are my honorable mentions that just didn't quite make the list.
Dylan, what are your honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions.
You don't have to have 5 of them. You just whatever you think.
No, I just gonna rattle
I got
them
5
off.
beers.
I don't need to describe a whole bunch of them, but Top Gun 1, fucking
But
so
we
good.
have
Haven't
to
seen
describe
it.
a little bit though, because how does that open? Is that the fucking? That's not Danger Zone to open. Is it? Is it Danger Zone to open? Ah.
You just see him sitting on the carrier, and they're directing. They're getting ready for takeoff, and they're putting the exhaust thing on the carrier up,
barriers.
the barriers. They're sitting there, and then they go. The guys in the pilot and the Rio are holding the thing that goes dung, goes dan dan. But
Yeah, that's
yeah,
fucking
but the first
yeah, that's got
the
the
first
opposite.
2 minutes are just all you hear is the sound. You just hear the jet engine spooling up and the guys moving around and all the steam from all the catapults, which are
Danger
steam
zone.
powdered. Yeah, so that's an honorable mention.
I mean, that
Saving
shit
Private-
was that actually. Now you're getting me all excited. That was fucking
know,
sick.
it's so
That's why in the
good.
new one they just recreated it. That was so good the first time. Let's do it again.
I
Yeah.
know it's hard to pick that
I've
over
never-
Mosquito.
I've never seen Top Gun.
You fucking asshole! You won Mosquito anyways. You should have won for Top Gun. You won for Mosquito because you're a fucking jerk.
Hard choice.
That's awesome.
Saving Private Ryan
Gun.
when he's at the cemetery. Good scene. And then
D-Day scene.
yeah,
They'll hear that at the end, so I won't be mad at you.
yeah, love that. Goodfellas.
Oh,
Haven't
It does-
seen
they're-
it.
Ever since I
shooting the
remember,
guy-
I wanted to be a gangster.
Yes, De Niro, fucking Liotta, and fucking Pesci are
Leota.
shooting the guy, shooting the guy in the trunk, and he goes, "Ever since I can remember, I want to be a gangster." And then it goes
Yeah,
to the
that's a
fucking thing.
great opener. And Scorsese, we haven't mentioned yet, great music for his movies too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fucking serious one. And then the last one is the movie Rubber, which is about a tire that's a serial killer. And
Yeah, that was
How's that
part of
one
your
open?
horror movies.
and it starts off by shaking and making birds explode. It's cool.
Just a simple.
Oh,
opening.
and last one that I have is Team America.
Oh,
Paris.
Oh my God! I didn't think of it. It starts as a puppet show, and then it zooms out, and it's a puppet doing a puppet show.
Yeah,
In
I mean,
Paris.
that's
So
gonna
good.
be
It's
on
so
itself
good.
before it gets way
in
better
Paris,
than that.
and the kid is eating ice cream, singing, and then he bumps into Osama bin Laden.
And he's like, don't forget when they're at a bull, it's like,
Kia ku. Get to live on.
they just slapping each other. It's great.
Well, that scene,
Dylan, I wouldn't
they
have
go,
thought of that.
the terrorists are here, and they miss. They shoot a rocket launcher and blow up the Eiffel Tower. Like, damn.
They just destroy the whole time. I mean, that's one of the best openings ever, dude. Team America.
Dylan, I have to say something.
All things
about-
you should have used for your list instead of Mosquito,
Yeah.
but all right.
So
Whoa,
Dylan,
whoa,
out
whoa,
of the
whoa.
list,
Hey, Mosquito won. You can't talk shit on me.
Mosquito was
Good,
good,
yeah.
dude. It's good.
yeah,
So
you
it
you
won.
have
It
it win.
won.
I haven't had a movie picked yet, so
I'm not
shut the fuck
pissed.
up.
And you won't, because you're not going to lose this.
Yeah, you're not gonna win this one.
Yeah.
You're fucked. man.
Dylan,
Go
I
ahead,
want to say
Dom.
I just want to say one thing about your list so far and all your honorable mentions. Everything you said tonight, I've only ever seen Team America.
No. Both of us? No, you've seen Pulp Fiction.
No,
Are you talking
Dylan.
about
No,
Dylan?
just for Dylan.
Oh,
Just
okay,
Dylan's
yeah. I was
list.
going to be like, there's no fucking way.
Dylan's 5-2 and his honorable mentions. I haven't seen any of those movies except for Team
Wow.
America.
You've
I
never
haven't
seen
Top
Rubber,
Gun.
dude?
No
I've
one's
never
seen
seen
Rubber.
Rubber.
I've seen
I've
it,
never
but
seen Goodfellas.
I've seen Rubber, but like, I've seen a lot of
Goodfellas, dude. You gotta see Top Gun 1, dude. I mean, that's a
Dude, no,
I mean, I've seen
Top
parts
Gun.
of it. I've never seen the whole
shit
thing.
is that
I
movie,
would have
but-
thought for sure Dom would have seen Top Gun like as many times as Back to the Future. I mean, it's just come on.
Yeah, you got some
So
work to
that
do.
brings me to my honorable mentions, which is obviously I had on there Prince of Egypt. Dom picked that one, great pick.
Classic.
Saving Private Ryan. Dylan picked that one. I wish I would have picked Team
Oh,
America.
sorry. I have seen Saving Private Ryan. I have seen that.
Oof. All right, thank God.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. So yeah, I would pick that one. And my other honorable mention, I thought Dylan might have picked this for not only his honorable mentions but his list. The opening to Blade, when he goes into the rave and then the
Oh my
sprinklers of
God! I
blood.
knew I was forgetting
It's
something.
such a sick beginning. I was like, oh, I mean,
holy
that really sets you up for the movie.
shit.
It's so shocking. It's so cool, and it sets up the movie. It's a perfect movie
it's
opening.
so
Blade.
Europe. It's so
Oh,
good,
yeah,
dude.
it's all
and the
of it.
fucking
It's all of it.
sprinklers with the blood. Damn it! That I knew I was forgetting something.
Yeah, I
That's
thought you were gonna take that
exactly what I was forgetting.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah, that's the one. Dom, you seen that?
Nope.
Gotta see Blade, dude. The opening scene is what the movie. That just stop after that, honestly.
Just the
That's
opening.
Wesley
You can look it up on
Snipes,
YouTube. It's a great opening. It's one of the best opening scenes ever.
Yeah, YouTube it. It's totally worth.
That's the Wesley Snipes thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So at least I know what it is. But
He's
I
actually,
haven't seen it.
if technically he's a Marvel superhero, it was the biggest Marvel superhero movie of all time until X-Men came out. After that, it was
shit.
Blade.
Really.
Yeah.
Dude, I got a question. Is the opening scene to Fast and the Furious 1 when they have the black Honda Civics and they're robbing the
18-wheeler.
Yeah,
That's a pretty good scene too.
yeah, that is a good one. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
think about that. That is a good one.
Yeah, the guy the guy with the mesh shirt gets out of the skylight. The skylight, the fucking sunroof of the black Civic and shoots the thing through the windshield of the seat of the 18-wheeler. Then jumps in the hood.
You're confusing
They're stealing
two
TVs.
scenes. The first time it's
I think they're still having DVD players.
No,
if
I think I'm not
it is
confusing
DVD
them.
players. No,
Because
no,
the second
you
one's
are.
when he gets shot with the shotgun and he gets the shit wrapped around his arm.
Yeah, but that's when he's wearing the mesh shirt.
Oh no, I said it's the guy. That guy. I know he's not wearing that shirt
it is
now.
that guy.
Yeah, he's wearing the mesh shirt when he
Yeah.
gets shot with the shotgun. But that scene, he shoots it through the thing.
He like elbows the truck driver out of the door.
Yeah, yep.
Like he has like the motocross helmet on, so you don't know what he looks
yes,
like.
yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a good fucking
Yeah, that guy
opening scene.
should have been in
Honorable
more of the
mention.
movies. He's only in the first movie, but he should have been in more of them. He was a good character.
They've
He's the
had
one with
enough
the- he's
people
the
in
one
them.
with
Let's
the,
not get crazy.
Well, dude,
They've
'cause
had
he
like
died. He got shot with a
170 people in
shotgun.
the fucking
No,
movie.
he didn't die. He
didn't
got
die?
hit in the arm.
It doesn't matter if you die in Fast and Furious. You can just come back.
He was
There's
coughing.
family.
He had like.
No, you're right. No, the wire was after. Doesn't matter. Joe, do your honorable mention.
Anyways,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
keep
yeah.
going. So my next one.
We'll do
I wrote
top
them down,
10
I
Fast and
can't
Furious movies
read
next.
it. I have three more. I will not do that. I don't care how much. It's my fucking podcast too. I have three more. My number three on mentions is Watchmen. You guys have seen that movie? I know. I watched it
Nope.
with Dylan in the theaters for 5 minutes before he fell asleep during the
Yeah, I was gonna say. I hope you remember how I.
but so I was
Watchmen.
thinking the opening was one of the first times you'd ever seen this because it had like movie level budgets, and now you can do this on TikTok, but it's a scene and the whole entire room's completely frozen in time, and then the camera pans around it, and it's each scene is different parts of like U.S. history. It's like JFK getting shot, and it's frozen in time, and it pulls you around it in slow motion, and it's done to Times We Are a Changin' by Bob Dylan, and it's just showing you like the U.S. history and shit like that. That's not the opening scene. The opening scene is actually better. The opening scene is a drunk buff dude with a mustache goes, ugh. He's in a robe and naked, and he knocks on his door, and some guy opens his door, and it opens to. As soon as he opens the door, he goes, "What the fuck's going on here?" And the guy just punches him in the fucking face, and it's a full fast action scene to "Unforgettable" by Nat King Cole, and he beats the fuck out of the guy, smashes his head on the marble counter, breaks it, and at the very end, it's incredible, and he throws him out the window. Glass shatters, and his entire body falls slowly to the street and smashes his head on the sidewalk, and blood everywhere. And then the blood drips down the one smiley face symbol and just drips down. And it's like Watchmen. That's how it begins. Fucking love that beginning.
It's awesome. I've never seen it, so I don't know. But
Me neither.
It's very good. Unfortunately, it's too long of a movie to recommend people. I go, oh, it's so good. It's 3 hours long. And like, oh,
Joe, I don't know how you
Oh
stayed
shit! I
awake in
didn't know it
that.
was that long.
Yeah, it is.
It's really it's too long, but it's almost like you should watch it in two parts because it's a full comic book that they made. It's a graphic novel that made the movie. It was too long. I'll be fast here. Wall-E.
Oh yes,
Oh,
Wally's
yeah,
intro
yeah,
is
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Oh,
Wally's
the intro,
good.
you're in outer space and they're singing
Mm-hmm.
the song. There's a whole bright big world out there, and it zooms in. You see the whole planet Earth is covered in shit.
Just a shit.
Yeah,
it's
it
not
keeps
just
zooming,
covered in
zooming,
shit.
zooming, and it's like the
So many
apocalypse, and there's
satellites
trash
around it
everywhere.
also. It's
And they're
crazy.
singing like a 1960s musical song, and then it's Wall-E, and he's just making trash cubes, and you just for 2 minutes straight you just hear the world, take off your Sunday clothes, and he finds his little hubcap and he goes da 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 da, and he's just making this thing. And there's no talking for like a half an hour, but the first scene there's no talking. I love it. Opening to Wall-E.
Wally's so good.
That is
Just
really
Wall-E.
good. Yeah.
Such a good opener to a movie.
I didn't think
It
about
gets
that.
you right
Let's
in
go.
where you're going to, and gets you
Yeah.
ready for that. And here's my last honorable mention, and that is, of course, Zardoz. We brought up this
fuck is
one of
that?
this actors before, which is Sean Connery, and
Did we
Did
we
guys
see
are
this
not
at the
ready
Solomon
for
Pond
how
Mall
this
in-
fucking happens. We did not see this. We were
I was gonna
waiting.
say,
This
did
was
we
before.
hotbox my 318 Ti and then fall asleep in the credits for this too?
Yeah, that was in Watchmen. Yeah, we're talking about Zardoz. This is Zardoz. How can I make sure that it actually does the audio? Because I know I'm gonna hit play, and you guys go, I can't hear it, I can't hear it. I can.
How do you think you got that
I
last
think
name?
you just have to do it.
Oh well, I don't know. I'll just hit
You're
play and see.
boring.
Can you hear it?
No.
Hold on. Did you even start it?
It's not making sound yet.
Wait, Joe. No one knows if it started.
In the year 2293.
That's the name of the game.
You can't see anything right now.
I can see a screen that says a film by John Borman.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You can't see that shit. It hasn't
I
made
can
any
see
sound
that.
I
yet.
just asked how he got that last name.
Okay.
To be fair, Dylan said I can't hear it half a second into
I
it.
hear something maybe through your headphones.
If you can hear anything, that's all I care about. It's very ambiance right now. Just keep watching.
Yeah, I hear yelling.
All right, good. So you can hear it.
This is the beginning of Zardoz, which deserves to be honorable mention.
Yeah, it's coming out great.
Watching. Dylan, as much as you're gonna shit on it, you're gonna be the biggest fan of the three of us once you're finished watching.
Yeah,
this
we'll
movie.
see about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for our listeners, we're watching a group of people gathering on a hill, and there's a giant monolithic head floating really shitty in the sky. Bad special effect, but very cool.
Is that Zardog?
Zardoz, Dominic.
That's what I said. Nardog.
I
Nardog.
thought you said Zardog.
He said
Yeah,
a lot
Zardog.
of things. Here it comes.
Dude, I want to watch this head come.
Yeah, I want to watch this movie right now. This looks amazing.
No, watch Blues Brothers.
Fuck, how do I pick?
No, wait. Just you think it's okay? Just keep wait till these guys. They're all wearing red leotards.
It's great.
They're
What are they
fine.
wearing on their heads?
Now there's a giant head landing on a hill, and there's about 30 guys in red leotards gathering around it.
Yeah, this movie is probably a documentary. I mean, this is clearly what I believe the past was, and you know I'm not fucking making a joke of this.
Speaks to you,
It's Darth Vader.
his chosen ones.
Now, it's more of Dr. No from James Bond.
This is set in the future, by the way.
Yeah, 2293.
Those who multiply and are legion. This end Zardoz, your god, gave you the gift of the gun. The gun is good.
Nice.
Penis is evil. The penis shoots seeds. And
Penis?
makes new life to poison
Yes.
the earth with
Okay.
a plague of men, as once it was. But the gun shoots death and purifies the earth of the filth of Brukels. Go forth and kill. Zardoz has spoken.
It's all guns. It peeks
All right, yeah,
out guns.
I do really want to see this movie, but
No, it's good as fuck.
The
I'm
giant
writing it down.
stone head for our listeners says the gun is good, the penis is evil. Zardoz has
Yeah.
spoken, and this
Sorry,
giant
I-
head pukes out like rifles, like wooden rifles and shit. And all the guys in red leotards dance. They dance and sing.
It looks fucking
So,
great. I can't wait to
clearly-
watch
There
it.
you go. That's the movie. I had to show.
I
as soon as I
really
saw that, I
wanna
go
see that
for
movie,
an
but
opening
I
for
already
a
have a pretty
movie.
good
That's what it is.
prediction.
That movie's fucking crazy.
I feel like I think I have a pretty good prediction on what the movie is sort of like, but I guarantee it's completely wrong.
No, and also don't forget Sean Connery is in it, and after that he took a break for like 10 years. He was like, that movie was fucking stupid. I hated it so much.
He did,
And he was
did
wearing-
the same thing with
And I
League of
shouldn't say
Just
Red
Extraordinary
Leotard.
Gentlemen, where he was like, okay, that didn't do well, I'm done.
Yeah, that's enough. Yeah, no, it wasn't. It's not a red leotard. It's a red speedo, and then there's two straps crossing over your shoulders, but they still expose your nipples. And then the gun is good, and the giant rock head pukes out like wooden rifles from like the year 1970. It's fucking awesome.
In
Looks good
2293.
as shit. All right, what do you guys say we go to top one?
Top one. Let's fucking do it.
Top one, Top Gun. Bingo, bango. Dylan, I think you're
think it's
starting it off,
Dom.
right?
No, because I did Dark Knight last
Oh.
time. I started off.
Oh, because you started out initially, yeah. All right, so for my pick for the number one movie opening of all time, I think it's probably the longest opening scene mentioned so far tonight. I know we were kind of setting a rough, unspoken rule of 10 minutes. I think this opening scene is actually about 15 minutes long.
I didn't think we said anything with 10 minutes, but that's fine.
Well, we sort of did.
As long as you consider it the opening of the movie, I think that's all fine.
It's very clearly the opening scene because the next scene after it is like it does
Yeah.
what the opening scene does. It sets a precedent for the beginning of the story.
And now I'm
And
remembering
this-
what you said, and it's definitely the opening scene. Nothing else happens until
Yeah.
the scene's over. That's the opening scene. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yes.
Describe it to us.
And it's another it's World War II movie, and it shows a side of the war you don't think of. There's this
The
guy,
fun
he's
part.
a high-ranking SS official, and his job is not to be commanding whole companies or platoons or whatever the fuck military is. He's the Jew hunter. He's just going to a farm, and he's going farm to farm in this little town.
I'm glad we were an hour in
just to
because
check
we said that a minute in
on
we would have
some
been banned from YouTube. So
just to check. His whole job is to make sure that there's no more Jewish people in this area of France. And it starts off very simple with just a man who, he looks like shit immediately. I don't know how he does it. I mean, it's just his face. He's splitting wood. He sees a car is coming up. He stops. He tells his daughters in French, go do this. I don't remember exactly what it is because I don't speak the language, but it's okay. And then next thing you know, Hans Landa steps out of his car and goes in. I don't want to avoid... It's the great movie Inglourious Bastards. I got to say it before I say the whole scene because it is so good. I'm sure everyone knows it is already.
Another Quentin Tarantino film.
Another Tarantino. It's in the top 3 for Tarantino films for me. And it starts out as this very, very simple... I just need to ask you about this Jewish family. They're both speaking French, which Christoph Waltz already speaks like 4 languages, which is why every time there's something where they need a different nationality, Tarantino's like, get in here, do this. I mean, he speaks like 3 languages just in this movie. I know we're doing openings, had to say it.
I think he speaks 4 because he speaks Italian as well.
Italian, English,
Russian,
German,
English,
German.
Italian, German, yeah.
Russian,
I'm sorry, no, not Russian.
French.
No Russian. Remember, no Russian.
Yeah.
French. Yes. Sorry.
If we ever do video games, that's going to be in there. You know that.
Even though it's like the 4th mission.
Oh, sorry, that's right. You said video game. It doesn't matter. All right. It's very simple. He's going through the list. He's making sure he's asking him about the family that's there, and he has all the information already down. He's confirming it.
Just him and his daughters. No one else there. That's the
This
deal.
is after he already asked the daughters to leave.
Yeah, I'm just saying, who's supposed to be there? One man and
Oh
3
yeah,
daughters.
just
That's
the man
it.
and his daughters. And then he starts asking him about the Jewish family in town. He goes, "Can you describe them for me?" He goes, "Yes, sound like this." And he checks like, "Oh, that matches what we have. That's what we have." All this stuff. He asks him for a nice glass of his milk at the dairy farm after he's offered brandy, I believe, and he turns it down so he can have some of the milk. Where then the farmer, sparks up his pipe, asks permission first because there's a Nazi SS leader there. They talk a little more, and then doesn't Hans Landa go, "Would you mind if I spark up my pipe as well?" And he pulls out
This is ridiculous.
this like Dr.
Walk home.
Seuss curly Q pipe. It's hilarious. One
It's
of the
great.
most
Every move of it
intense
is
scenes
like
ever.
It's
Like-
multi-layered. Like it's a dick measuring contest. It's a conflict. It's the. Sorry, it's your description.
Like there's so like
Can't
you don't
help
even
sometimes.
know. Obviously you do find out in the scene there are people hiding under the floor as they're talking about him above, which is why they start talking in English so the people below that Hans Landa suspects are there can't understand them. But they set you feel the tension so much, it's so stressful. Start the movie, and
There's
then
some
he
shots
brings
behind
out
the
this.
floorboards. There's a
brings
shot of
out-
Monsieur Lapidite is sweating his ass off. He looks like his face is dead.
His like under his eyes are getting like red, like he was just crying kind of thing, or like he's
Hans
holding
Landa
back
couldn't
the
be more
tears.
confident. He's like,
He
yeah.
pulls out this goofy fucking pipe, and you're like, I know I'm not supposed to laugh here, but that's so funny. And it ends up, he answers all the questions. Then he starts, sorry, this is when they start talking in English. He goes, "Are the Jewish people here?" And Monsieur Lapidite shakes his head, he goes, "Point them out to me." And he uses his pipe, and he's shaking. He points there and there. And he goes, "Okay," closes his books, and he starts going back in French.
Back to French.
And so the people understand he can hear. He goes, "Well, we're all set. Thank you for cooperating." As he's pointing to his men and pointing where they are, and I bid you adieu. Have a good whatever. And he walks out the door. MP40s start unloading into the floor, killing the Jewish family hiding underneath. Then who gets out? But Shoshana starts running across the field, and Hans Landa pulls out his Luger and starts aiming for a comically long time until she's like
She runs into
hundreds
the
of
field.
yards away, and he finally puts it down and goes, "Au revoir, Shoshana," and the movie starts.
I mean, it's so hard to argue with that being the best movie opening of all time, beat by beat. We've all seen it. It's probably the best one. It's so good. It is so
So, Dylan,
long, which is kind of cheating, but it's accurate. It is the best one.
Nothing wrong with being long. It's the same scene.
It's all the same scene.
It is. It is
best.
definitely the longest opening scene we've mentioned so far.
Yeah, but it is the opening scene. It has the same beats. It sets the tone.
You know,
The
I think probably
the music's
the
in there
next-
too. You forget the music is in there. It's the tension,
Yeah, it's like it's not the
the
kind of music
acting,
you
the
want to
writing,
remember.
everything.
Yeah. But the only other
Nearly,
movie,
it may be perfect.
I think the only movie mentioned so far that's close to this long an opening is Pulp Fiction, which is another Tarantino
Yeah, which
movie.
we already had there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that one's actually
Yeah,
shorter. Anyways, Dylan.
It is,
you
but
go
it's-
next for the number one pick. Inglourious.
My number one pick is a movie, and it shows footage from 1912 of a real famous ocean liner setting sail, probably from New Hampton, and
I
then
didn't know they
it's,
showed actual footage.
Where's
it
New
looks like it.
Hampton?
London area, right?
New Hampton is in London.
New Hampton. That's
probably
where the
Hampton,
Titanic
right?
set sail from when it was on its
Hampton.
final journey.
I don't know. I just didn't know where they set sail from.
Wait.
I just knew it was somewhere in England.
Yeah, I think that was New Hampton. But anyways, yeah, they're waving at it, whatever it is. Then it pans over to a scene of a submarine going down to look at the wreckage. that's my first.
Oh shit!
You don't
I
want
know.
to.
So
You don't want
I
to
don't
dress
want.
it up at all, or
I don't. So
That's the
Joe,
first
I
scene.
don't want to. I don't want to take over your thing too much. But this is a great example of where the first scene is not what I think it is.
Yeah, that's the actual first scene.
I picture. Yeah, I don't picture that being the first scene. Yeah.
That has nothing to
ahead.
do with Jack.
Kerouac. You know, I always thought the first scene was them playing poker when he wins the tickets, but no,
That's
you're
what
right.
I'm picturing.
It
Yeah.
does. No, it does start out where
Start with
they're,
that, then him playing poker, and I thought it was just a pretty relevant, morbid, funny first pick.
That is fun, and that's what you want to. That's the
It's
message you want to say
topical.
about your number one pick, huh?
That's all. That's really all I got. Yeah.
Well, I'll add something for you that I'm a team player. Do you know that as of today, a submarine has gone to visit the Titanic wreckage and it's missing?
Yes.
And I think 5 or 6 people were on board, and it is now missing. They have
the-
tours,
it's the pilot and 5 passengers.
so it has 6 total.
And the possible the
And this movie is
uses-
why it happened, because James
I know.
Cameron figured out a fucking way to do this, and now people have died. Apparently.
Well, James Cameron. So the Titanic was discovered by Robert D. Ballard, and he also discovered the
Yes.
Bismarck.
We talked about this.
Another
on
podcast
We did.
hero.
previous
on the
Yeah, we did.
BGNP.
And but the new submersible that went missing is using a Mad Catz controller to control.
Yeah,
the
did you
whole
see
thing.
that Mad Catz shit they had
Yeah.
going on? Like,
So
that's gotta.
so
But this is so they
they
have done
might have all been
multiple
fighting
voyages.
over who gets to use the Mad Catz controller and who gets to use the real one.
Yeah.
And so because it's
That's
not
why
as
it went wrong.
that's why it went wrong.
No,
'Cause no one wanted to use the
it's
Mad
my
Catz
submarine.
one.
Yeah, but I paid. I should just get the real one. No, you get the Mad Catz one.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
Submarine.
The guy that was piloting it when it went missing, he's like the head engineer of building the thing. So he's like, it's my thing. You can't touch this.
I chose Mad Catz.
MC Hammer
Because
built
it's
the
actually the
submarine.
Mad Catz one is just as good, and it has an air cooler.
Yeah.
It has a fan in it.
So it
You know,
has that with
the,
the air.
the fucked up thing about
The
that whole
Mad
thing is
Catz
so
one has a fan in it. It's actually more expensive.
if their submarine hasn't
That's why
imploded
you
due
don't
to
want
pressure yet, they have enough oxygen to get through Thursday.
It doesn't matter.
They
They're
said
dead.
40. Well, yeah, 40 hours as of this morning.
They're fucking 500
So-
fathoms.
Sorry.
deep.
Get to Thursday. Not get through.
it's
Yeah. But then, that's still 4 days of holding your shits in. It's not going to work.
Oh no, the shits are on board at this point.
it's not good.
There's no way. I mean, the shits are coming out before they die. And
No,
after
I
they
mean,
die,
sorry.
Yeah.
They're dead. If they're lucky, they're already dead.
You know, I feel bad for everyone on board, but the idea of me piling on a submarine that size, I saw the video of the inside of it, plus 5 people, and what do you pay, like 20 grand to do it? 30? How much is it?
$250,000
Oh,
a
and
person.
do you know how? Do you know
So
how
it's
you
even
get-
it's a house. And you're going to go down there to look at the wreckage of the movie, and you know everyone on that is not going for the historical accuracy of the
That's all I
Titanic
can say that they
ship.
did it.
They were about the movie. They want to do the movie thing.
Well, my
and
thing is, the older you get, what are you doing? You know, what are we doing this for?
I
Like,
don't get it, man.
what's the
Well, I
damn
guess if that's the
point?
last thing you want to do is see the Titanic, but like piling in a fucking cubby with 5 people, and the guy's got a Mad Catz controller going down there. I feel for you, but it's hard to sympathize when in my head I would never do that if you put a gun to my head. I'd be like, kill me now. I'm not going
God,
down.
I wouldn't
fucking-
go.
I'm not going down. Kill me
Not
now.
a
Fuck
chance.
that.
Yeah, fuck that
No
so hard.
fucking
And
way.
there's no, so like the Coast Guard
HD
they
4K video not good enough for you? You
well, what the
fucking
Coast
asshole.
Guard does is they know that people do this, and they go, "Well, I hope that doesn't fail because we have no way to get."
Yeah,
you."
they can't
Like,
be happy about it. It's like, what are we gonna do? Go send another
We
submarine
can't
down with
do
fucking
do anything. There's nothing they can
PS5
do. There's
controller to come
absolutely
get you?
nothing
Yeah.
they can fucking do.
I mean,
It's
how
at-
far down is the Titanic? It's like
I think it's
9,000,
12,000
10,000
feet.
I think it's
12,000,
20,000
it's
leagues
down there.
If I'm
20,000
I'm
leagues.
sorry.
That's pretty far, Joe.
But so
I
another
think
fucking
it's
thing
way
about,
more deeper than a U.S. Navy nuclear submarine is like. It operates at like 3,000.
Yeah, they don't operate.
This
at
is
the ocean
12.
floor. Yeah,
You know,
of course.
it's only used like all the only things that can get down there are like
specialized
explorer
pressurized
subs.
submarine. Yeah.
Yeah, where you can usually fit 2 people. But
Anyways, you're welcome, Dylan. We just made your 1 second pitch into a full fucking 5 minutes.
I knew you guys would hook me up. Thank you.
I got one last thing to say though. The most fucked up thing about that submarine is even if they were still alive and were able to get themselves up to a point where like, oh well, you know, this thing can't. We're not gonna be able to get it to breach. We can get to a point where the pressure's not too much, where we can open the hatch. No, they get bolted into it. The door gets bolted from the outside.
Yeah, and there's
They're
no.
sealed in.
Well, and you're not opening a hatch at that depth, anyways. You're not opening
No,
a
I'm
hatch
saying
at
even
50
if
feet.
they were able to get to 100 feet, and they're like, we gotta get out right now.
There's
Can't
no
do it.
way.
No.
There's just
I know. Even without the door, they would. With the door, they would go.
No, you're as soon as you get in there, if it can't bring you up, you're dying. That's that. I mean, in movies when people like break out of like a sinking ship and they swim up for like 100 feet, that's never happened in history of the world.
If you get like 20 feet down,
You're
that's
fucked.
about it for pressure you can handle.
Yeah, or even if you can get up before your oxygen runs out, you'll get the bends and you'll die at the top of the water. You can't just swim up fast and make it out. That's not how it works. You know?
Nope. Yeah, not a chance. But I just don't get I've taken risks in this type of thing. It's like one. Don't forget that when we break down reality,
Have you seen the window on that thing? It's like the size of a fucking dinner plate. And
Yeah, it's probably the thickness of my
of a
dickness.
fucking car.
yeah, exactly. So it's a
Exactly.
fucking
That's on the record.
it's a TV anyway.
Yeah.
You know, like you're looking through
Yeah.
a screen.
With
Yeah,
whatever light you can get to project that
Yeah.
deep down.
Yeah, so
You're not
then you
seeing
just
anything.
go
Whatever cameras
around
on the outside has a
Titanic.
better view of it than you do. But I guess you can say, "Oh, I was there. I was close enough to see it," or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, and the thing is, let's talk about ethical
I love
stuff.
when you yawn the
Like, John,
podcast.
it's a-
You're boring our own recorders. I'm listening.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, no problem, man.
Boring, dude. I can't
It's
get
getting late. Dude,
I know, I'm just-
do
I
you
have
know what
to
time it is? My fucking time right now. If it's 10 o'clock, it's
I
like
know, I
6
know, I
a.m. in
know.
the morning.
I had to say
So-
something though. If I didn't say anything, it wouldn't be. Sorry, go ahead.
You gotta say something. So it
Say what you
also
need to say.
is. Now I've lost my train of thought. And
Good, because it's my turn.
hang
you
on,
didn't
hang
really
on,
have
hang
one
on.
in
In
the
the
beginning.
Titanic, I had
Okay.
one. Is that these people, television? It's like looking through a TV, and yeah, whatever. So go on, Joe.
Okay, so nothing. Yeah. No, but that was good. I like that pick for sure. And also the juxtaposition between it starting like that and then immediately going to like, here they go, and then they're obviously sunken. That's what they're thinking about. It's great. It's great. It's a great moment.
Not good.
And like you said, I always forget that. I always think it's the thing. But anyways, here's mine. It starts out. It's a sunrise shot of the African savannah, and it goes. On the day we arrive on the planet, we have zebra stomping. The morning walk into the sun. Now I have gazelles coming in. It's all beautifully animated as the sun rolls in. And the sun rolling high on the sapphire sky. And we have the elephants coming in. We have the fucking wildebeest. They're all journeying around. And we have flamingos coming in. They're hitting the water. Beautifully animated. You see the reflection of the flamingos flying in slowly. And all these animals are slowly surrounding this area. We have fucking hippos showing up. Rhinoceros.
It meets the world on an endless bound. In the day we arrive on the foghead. And they all, Mañana we Sienna. Hey, mañana feet pajamas. Feet pajamas, penguins on the bottom. And they're all walking. It sounds like this feet pajamas, penguins on the... And they're coming around, and it shows all the birds coming up. And now we see the top of a rock, and there's a little baby lion.
But it wasn't a rock.
It was a rock, and it was a rock lobster. And the baby lion comes out, and this baboon comes over. He walks over to this big lion, and he looks at him like they're good friends. He gives him a hug. They hug. He cracks open a coconut-looking thing, and he pulls out the body of Christ, and he puts the cross on the kid's head.
It's the original Ash Wednesday.
Yeah, he puts it across the kid's head, and he pulls it up, and it goes, on the endless sky, and he walks to the end of the cliff, and he goes, it's the circle of life. And he holds it, and he holds it up, and all the jeepers go, and the elephants go up with their trunks, and the entire scene zooms out, and this baboon is holding this baby lion to the shining sky, and the sun burns right over it and shines over the whole scene, and it goes, and then endless bound, and then it goes to a full culmination as he holds it to the zenith, and all the animals have bowed in their own way. And this crazy animation studio, they had to study every single animal, how they would kneel, how they would look up. The flamingos are going up, the ostriches are eating shit. It's amazing. And then it goes, the circle of life, dun dun. And it just goes, the Lion King. No one said a word. Nothing's going on. That's the opening. I mean, it's got to be the fucking best opening of all time, bar none. That's my pick for number one, The Lion King, which I will pronounce it that way because as they wrote it, The Lion King, which we call it now The Lion King, because it's like, yeah, who cares? It's fucking Hamlet based on of African animals, and Disney could have given a shit about actually. I mean, look at fucking Snow White. The animals are basically like Mickey Mouse. They dump around, they all have fun. But The Lion King, they had to study how every animal looked, how everything looked in the thing, and they just started off the whole thing as like the birth of the new king and the synchronization of that. And I did a shit job of describing it because the song's the whole thing. Anyways, that's my favorite number one. The Lion King's open, The Circle of Life, ending with The Lion King. Dun dun. I get chills just thinking about it. That's my pick.
Solid.
I also get chills.
Dylan, what are you holding there in your other hand?
It's like a System of a Down,
s-
like your shirt. I couldn't.
Yeah,
remember.
you're like your
Surge.
toxicity era surge.
yeah, exactly. So
Eating says. So, Dom, you get
Also known as the foam over your microphone. I figured it out.
FOMO.
So okay, Maggie.
All right, tighten it up there, Big Shoots. Let's go. Don't be
Sorry,
fucking sipping.
I had to do that. That's water.
Come on
this is my
now.
water. You don't want
I
me
don't
to
care.
not drink water?
I don't care. Let's go.
So, dude, I mean, every single one of these has been hard, but I still didn't expect number one to be as hard as it is to choose one. I mean, I have to go with Inglourious Bastards for my pick, just because. Oh, well, first off, it's my number one pick. I love it. I don't know if there's ever been a time where we didn't each pick our number one in the initial
Yeah, that's
vote,
fair.
but it's so fucking good. And I don't want to try to skew the polls, but I haven't gotten a single fucking pick yet. That's never happened before.
Yeah. Hey, you never seen any movies in this
Maybe
whole
those
entire
bastards.
list, so that's got to hurt too.
Just Dylan's.
So what's your vote?
Inglourious Bastards.
Okay. Dylan?
So I'm reluctant to pick Glorious Bastard just because it's really fucked up, like the painting story that I was going to share with you guys eventually.
You can fear it now if you
You
like.
know, because it's
All right.
so I was in Italy and I went to
'Cause if you don't share it now, you're not going to share it, you know.
a gift for the people I was with, and I walked around this weird town called Monfalcone in northeastern Italy,
Yeah.
And I
No,
found
I believe
some.
you called that the Warwick, Rhode Island of Italy.
That's true. It's very true. So that's exactly where I was. And I mean, for real. I mean, dead sure. Baltimore, whatever you want to say. So,
Okay.
but Warwick's good. And I found some art places, and I walk in. The guy doesn't speak English, so I'm talking to him through Google Translate. And I said, "Hey, I just got some coworkers. Their bathroom in their new office is beautiful, but has no art. I was thinking maybe I'd give them a gift." And I said that I'm like, I'd like, something, just like good, nothing cheap, just a nice gift. And he brings me around, shows me something. I go, no, it's not that good. And oh wow, that one's $400. Yeah, I can't do that. And then he goes, I got one for you. And he pulls out this painting of like an Italian villa, and it says like H
home.
H like water flux, like some that's sorry, really not a good name. Like a real
water flux.
yeah, like H Warsteiner, like something super German. And I was like, and it said a date 1944, and I said, "Oh, a German guy paint this?" And he goes, "Oh yeah." He flips over the back of it, and it has a portrait of the guy who painted it in his full-blown SS uniform. And I said,
"Holy shit!"
And I was like, I think this might give off the wrong impression.
I think so.
If this is the gift for the people, and it was like $100. I was like,
Even for the
yeah,
right
I don't know,
reasons,
man.
wrong impression, right reason.
Well, I was just thinking like, so like that is like, okay, it's some dumb villa. And then just think about what that guy was thinking at the time he was painting it. He's just thinking like, oh, we're winning the war. I'm proud. I hate fucking all the people we're putting in concentration camps. I know about them, and I'm just coming home going, but hey,
Everything's
babe,
looking up for me.
life was
Nothing's gonna go
good, and I'm looking good, and let's paint this thing. And I'm like, this is so fucked. So anyway, so we know that Inglourious Bastards is that opening scene is real fucking bad, and for a lot of reasons. But
great
it
film.
is when it comes down to filmmaking. God, is that just as good as it gets? I mean, that's good. Because of the tension that you feel. No movie in the world's ever put tension like that in the world, like where you feel like you're feeling everything.
And again,
the weird
it sets
pipe,
you up for the whole
the whole thing. Sets up the whole movie. Sets up the whole thing of how the
It could be a
tension
short
throughout the
film
entire.
by itself, and it would be Oscar worthy. But then you're not for another 2 hours of this shit.
Yeah. Yep. So it's just a cinematography thing. It's great. It's good. I pick it. That's my pick. Not Lion King.
Yeah. So when I made this list, I immediately was like, The Lion King is the one. And then I realized, I can't play it, which is going to really hurt my case. I'm going to sing it and half-ass describe it, which is not nearly as good. It's like me describing a music video. It's like, it goes like, dun, 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 and then the lights come on, and it's like, bum, 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 bum. Like, you can't describe a music video. It sounds like shit. There's no lyrics. There's no
Then it goes,
talking.
woo-hoo!
And then it goes, "Ooh." Yeah, I mean, I knew I couldn't describe it well enough to actually give people the chills, and I can't play it because Disney's even more litigious than Nintendo when it comes to YouTube content. So I should have figured that when I first made the idea of the list, but I couldn't deny that I wanted to put it in there. And then, of course, I have to admit, Dom did pick a one that I want on my list. It's number 2. I couldn't deny that, and although I think that The Lion King deserves to be on this top 5 for one of the best openings of all time, even though I did a bad job describing it, because it's basically a music video. I'm not even gonna pussyfoot around this thing. Inglourious Basterds is my vote, absolutely, unanimous decision, number 1. First round, got to be a record for first round number 1. Yeah,
Nice job, Dom.
It's also my first time getting number 1.
Woo! You deserve this, dude.
There you go, dude.
But Joe, I will say, I do think the Lion King opening does beat out Blues Brothers for music.
Oh yeah, I mean,
It's the only one that
on.
does.
Yeah,
I mean, The Circle of Life's a certified
it's just a music video.
platinum
yeah.
ass banger.
It's fucking awesome. So, as of course is tradition, we're gonna read our list off here. We got number 5 is Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction. Number 4, Mosquito by what's his name? I don't know. I don't know the directors. I shouldn't have started that. Mosquito. Number 3,
Shiver My Timbers, it's Muppet Treasure Island. Number 2, The Dark Knight. And number 1, Quentin Tarantino is bookending our list with Inglourious Bastards. Great fucking list, guys. Good job. Another great episode, another great list, and I'm so glad we got together once again for our episode 80. So now we can not only tie off another decade of this podcast, 80 episodes in, and so glad to do it with you boys, but also now we can keep making the podcast.
Woo!
Yes, there were many, many times where we could have done it, but not to do this. We were like, well, no, it has to be this next.
We want to do it in person like we always do, but it didn't work out. It's all right. We did it. We got it done.
And those buccaneers drowned their sins in rum. The devil himself would have to call them scum.
Every man on board would have killed his mate for a bag of guineas or a piece of it.
So there we are.
You're sure to guys.
Any final thoughts for us gentlemen here?
Piece of it.
It is the Dylan Joe Basement
Yeah,
podcast.
my final thought is if we've learned one thing tonight, it's that the key to a good movie opening is to very subtly set the plot, but more importantly, have a good song.
Have a good song.
Yeah,
It's so true.
absolutely. I think Muppet Treasure Island could have been higher.
Yeah, you could have actually won the whole thing. I should have
Yeah.
saved it. I should
Gotta
have
say, that was-
won the whole thing.
That's,
Three is very respectable.
It is.
It sure is, but I'm thinking about
I
Muppet
had it
Treasure
at
Island
5,
a lot.
and I bumped it up because I was like,
I mean,
think you can do
the
better.
fact that Pulp Fiction won number 5,
Yeah.
I mean, that could have won number 1 with the right argument.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
was
yeah. That's why we have a top 5. They're all worthy.
This was a very
of
hard
winning.
list.
Yeah. I mean, besides My Sacrifice, they could have all won number
It's
1.
okay. I'll let that one go.
It's
The
only
budget
because we
was
haven't
pretty
seen
small.
it. If we had seen it, it would have.
That's true. Yeah, we haven't seen it. So, if anything, I would think it would probably be more like the Tim and Eric movie,
The Tim and Eric's $1 billion movie.
the first movie in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. The Johnny Depp one.
Yeah, the Johnny Depp one. Probably be like something like that.
Fucking awesome.
So yeah, everyone's wondering.
I mean, we
how
could
would
make
go.
it. We'd have to do different different actors, but we could make
Yeah. No.
My Sacrifice.
Well,
good.
do you have more to say, Dylan? Are we sure about that?
No, that's it. Oh, that's good.
No, I agree with Dom as far as the final thoughts goes, and also Dylan, which is that they could all have made on this list a little bit higher. But yeah, I think it's setting up the movie. It's great cinematography, and it's a great song. That's all you got to do, and you have to nail it. It's not easy, obviously, but people are underplaying the first scene of the movie. They just kind of throw it out there. They go, okay, here's the scene. We kind of get you in there, whatever. Don't underplay it. It's one of the most important parts of your movie. The beginning and the end are the most important things. And if you set people on a journey together and they don't give a fuck the first 5 minutes, guess how hard the next 2 hours are going to be to convince them. Like, you can't get them on there. You got movies like, Muppet Treasure Island. When the guy pulls those flintlock pistols out, you're ready to rock. I mean, you got
It's a kids movie, also. Don't forget that.
Yeah, it's a kid. You get the Dark Knight. The bus rolls out. You got Mosquito. Now you know what's going to happen now. The fucking alien mosquitoes everywhere. You got Pulp Fiction. What the hell is
keeps
going
you
on here?
locked
At a
in.
diner? And of course, you got Inglourious Bastards where, au revoir, Shoshana. It's you're like dun, 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 dun. You're into it right away.
Yeah.
And obviously, like we said for all these movies before, the kicker is though, make a great movie also. And maybe it's like, I don't know if it's the chicken or the egg, but all these movies we have on the list are great films also, not just great openings. And that might be an interesting thing to look up, like great openings, shit films. Like they just drop the ball immediately. But all these ones here are just great setups to a great film. And I think most likely it's just that if you're going to make a great film, you're probably going to have a great opening. That's what makes it great.
Yeah.
Goodfellas
It's
is a good
important
example
not
of
to
that.
try to. There are films that kind of try to force the guidelines we just set. Like, the Guardians of the Galaxy movies 1 and 2. I enjoy
Yeah,
both of
he's
them, but
dancing,
they
he's
kind
dancing.
of, especially
They
in
force
Guardians of
it.
the Galaxy 2, they're like, hey, look, it's a good song, and they're dancing to it while other people.
Yeah, that
fight.
one, people are like, I love that one. It's ELO. I go, I hate that beginning. It should be good, but it's so forced. It's forced. Yeah, it's natural. It's good. It feels so much better.
And I want to mention Jaws. I thought Dylan was going to say earlier.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah,
you
that
were
was
gonna say
I was
Joe.
thinking about that. Yeah.
Yeah, not the song at that point, but like that's such a great opening to a movie. So, anyways,
good.
gentlemen,
And,
I think
and
we've
the,
done it
spoof,
again.
the spoof opening of Jaws, 1941, also Steven Spielberg movie. They spoofed
Another
Jaws at the
Spielberg.
beginning of that.
So, what do we say? Dylan Joe Basement Podcast is back. We're back in action. We'll have an episode for you next week. I can guarantee you that because we already recorded it. And 82, who knows what's going to happen? 81, you're going to get to go back to
already
the
done.
past like Samurai Jack. But we thank you so much for listening, everybody, and sticking with us and everything else. So we love you.
And you guys will find out what episode 81 is at the same time. You don't know.
Yeah, we think we know, but we're not sure. So we will see you guys soon. We love you. Have a good.
Bye. Have a beautiful time. Boom! Gunshots. People come out of everywhere. Masks on, AK-47s. They're brutal. They're shooting people at random. They're taking the instruments from the players and smashing them and hitting them with it, punching people randomly.
We still on Back to the Future?
No, that was last round. This is Tenet.
It's Tenet! We're on 4 now.
It's in my montage that I took 45 minutes to make of mosquito, and you'll see it in my Instagram actual posts. You'll see the word mosquito, and you click that. You'll like
This
it.
is why Dylan should edit the podcast because his talent level and his creativity combined. No,
He'd have to do the whole episode on TikTok. That's how he only knows how to edit stuff that way, right?
First scene when they
he's
immediately
pitching his fucking horror movie.
when
thing
they
he did.
immediately
Make a movie.
get to a house in
Leave
Texas
it to you to not do the fucking
where
thing.
where the door opens.
Question. I don't have the answer for that though.
This movie's called Tenant.
Tenet.
You never
ever
seen
seen
this,
it?
Dylan?
Who's the main character?
Denzel
Denzel
Washington's
Washington's
son. I can never remember what his name is.
Mr. Washington.
He's in a bunch of things. Is the beginning scene when he pops out of the water and just shoots a bunch of people?
No, I just
The
explained.
beginning scene is the
beginning
last
scene.
5 minutes of the podcast. All right, how do I?
I know, but none of that registered. So I just wanted.
I can't believe you just said that, dude. He just did it's such a long description. Wait, what's
No,
the
you're
first scene
thinking-
though? What's the podcast? Thanks for talking through your process there, Big Shoes. Go ahead and just give the number then.
Okay, you can shut the fuck up. It's falling down. I'm kidding. No, it's not.
I wouldn't have doubted it. Another Michael Clark Douglas picture about killing spree. One bad day, I think it's the tagline. Anyone can have one bad
It
day.
is. Everyone can have one bad day.
Dam, and it's in Norway, and it's
Said that
fucking
already.
Yeah,
Giants.
here we go. Whip us up in a frenzy. Really make us believe
Just
it.
wanted to let you guys know this,
Is ChatGPT loading?
and it, yeah, it is.
This starts. You heard about the legend of Jesse James and John Henry, just to mention some names. So there's a truck driving legend in the South today. A man called Banner from Atlanta, GA.
Who's number one is who's number one.
So we're doing our usual pre-show. I'm going to put this at the end. So you're seeing this at the end, folks. But we're doing our pre-show meeting. We talk about the ground rules of the list. And we always have to do our, sportsmanship conduct where we tell each other our number one so we don't steal our number ones. Because we all know if someone picks it before you can't say it. So we're going to go one by one and say it. I don't know. Dylan, do you want to go first for this bad boy?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
What do you got? What's your number one? Actually, I'm pissed we have to do this because I want to be surprised by it.
I want to be
Dom
surprised.
makes-
That's
Dom
why
makes
we're
a good
doing this
point.
now.
That's why
I'm
we're doing
recording this now because I want to
We've
be
always done
surprised.
before because we've gotten in arguments just over someone's.
No, Dom, you're
picking
totally
number
right. I
three
would have
before
forgotten to do that.
anyone else.
So that's a good point.
That's why
Alright.
you can't defend it at all right now. Just say the name of the movie. And
You
move
can't
on.
defend it yet. Yeah, just say
Don't
what it
say
is.
anything about it.
I don't think I need to say a whole lot. Titanic.
Yep, you're right.
Wow.
We weren't gonna pick that.
I never even thought of that.
You're right. You were in no danger of that one getting stolen. If I was
No
you, I'd be like, I'm not gonna
explanation,
say.
no
I promise you
explanation.
won't pick it.
Just move on.
Crazy.
Besides Lion King, the other two are pretty fucked up. Dominic's opening scene is a Nazi drinking milk, and then
Well, I mean, Inglourious Basterds, we can't talk about it. We can't talk about it.
no, yeah.
All right,
yeah.
Dylan,
I'm gonna stop it right
funny,
now.
though,
I'm stopping it.
If you were like my number one, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and you're wearing a shirt. We're like, oh, how can we guess?
And for a second, for 1 second, I thought, holy shit, Dylan picked an actual beginning of a movie that people might have heard of. And that couldn't have been more wrong. We're starting off peaceful, it gets crazy, and then it's going to be weird. This
Like
happens
River
to be
Wild?
Huh?
Like River Wild?
Exactly like that. It's the second time in a row you already said what I was going to say before I said it. No, I'm just kidding.
Your number 2 pick.
Another Meryl Streep picture. Devil Wears Prada. No, no. So this is a sequel, which I think is our first sequel.
Oh,
on the list.
Mamma Mia 2.
Please stop guessing. You're spoiling my whole list.
Joe, I have another guess.
I need to pitch this thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, but it
Okay,
needs to be
all
a
right. No,
sequel.
I'm just kidding. Just go, dude.
I can't take you
Doesn't-
on a journey if you're going to guess the
Doesn't
end already.
matter. Yeah,
Journey to
going
the Center of
down
the
the river with Kevin Bacon. Go, go.
Oh, God, that's
Just go.
so great.
Right.
So it's a sequel.
Jungle
it's a sequel
Cruise
on the
by
list.
with The Rock. Sorry.
So people are. I'm going to ignore you. Rule the Garcia's father and son. It's James Earl Jones doing the votes, and he grabs it. He grabs his fucking choke fist, and he looks at the camera with his mask. Or here's the other one. No fucking context.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
James Earl
I
Jones.
felt like I was
versus-
watching Harry Potter.
I have no nose, please. After it's gonna be slowly, after shortly, whatever it is, and we get into it, and it starts off at the top of a skyscraper, and there's 2 guys in clown masks trying to drill their way into the front door.
I don't remember
And-
River Wild be like that, but whatever.
Are you gonna let me pitch? This is number 2. Give me a chance here, bud. Give me a shot to convince you. Please, please. I
Just
beg
go, dude. No one's.
I'm doing it right now. Fuck it. And both
Because
of
I said I would eat her out to get cancer. I wouldn't watch the movie. 2 different things, dude.
the circle of life. Dun, dun,